morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Now, what brings you down to the Howard Stern show today?
Well, I've always wanted to meet Howard Stern. He's quite a great American success story. A maverick, a guy who kind of marches the beat.
Are you a fan of Howard's?
Yeah, in many ways. I really admire a lot about him. I admire his independence and his vision, and how can you not admire the great success he's had?
Exactly.
I just hope he doesn't ask me to take my shirt off.
That might happen.
I ain't doing it.
So you're here to talk about your book, right?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
And what's that about?
Well, it's about the story that surrounds me right now. The guy used to be the governor, who's been falsely accused of things he didn't do, and I'm fighting back, and I'm getting the truth out. The book's a way to be able to do that, and it's in many ways an epic story, and it's a story that's still ongoing, with a lot of chapters yet to be written because of the false accusations and what the prosecutor and the government is attempting to do, and why they won't succeed, and why I'll be fully vindicated, because the truth's on my side. And the great irony is that I was accused of things by a prosecutor who took snippets of conversations out of private taped conversations, misled the people, and in many ways mutilated the truth. And that very prosecutor went into court and prevents me from telling you what I know is on those tapes, prevents the public from hearing all those tapes, because once they hear them all, they'll see that what was said about me is not true, and they'll see a completely different reality. Some of that I write in the book.
And you feel that the Howard Stern show is a good place for you to get this off your chest, right?
I feel like the Howard Stern show is a good place to, talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but that's certainly one of them.
Great. All right, well, hang tight, and we'll see you in a little bit.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
So, Rod Blagojevich, who used to be the governor of Illinois, which is a big deal, had to leave office because he is now he's up on charges that he did something illegal. He was trying to sell a Senate seat to the highest bidder. And now he's written a book called Governor, right? Is that the name of the book? Governor. And it's in stores now, and he's agreed to come in here and say hi to us. And here is the governor, Rod Blagojevich. Who's getting him out? Who's attacking you out there? Howard 100 News? Oh, Ed Torrey. Be careful, he'll hook you up. And then, would you ever consider taking a lie detector test to get free of all charges?
Well, I have to talk to my lawyers, but I'm not averse to that. I know what the truth is, and I've done nothing wrong. And, whether I say it there or here in your show or in a court of law under oath, it's the same story.
Are you attracted to Howard Stern?
I'm impressed with Howard Stern. Can I sit down here?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Now, do we still call you governor? I'm going to call you governor.
You can also call me Rod, or you can call me erstwhile governor.
I'll call you governor.
Okay.
Why not? Listen, you served as governor. You got elected by the people of Illinois. I mean, that's quite an accomplishment. Where'd you grow up?
In the city of Chicago, on the near northwest side, in a neighborhood probably like a lot of typical neighborhoods in a place like Brooklyn.
Were you a middle-class kind of kid, a rich kid? What category did you fall into?
Lower working class. My dad was an immigrant. He came from Eastern Europe. He fought the Nazis, spent 4 years in a prisoner of war camp, and then after that he was in a refugee camp for 3 years, waiting for the U.S. Congress to pass a law that would allow him and all these others with these long and hard-to-pronounce last names a chance to come to America. So he worked in a steel factory. My mom was a working mom. She worked for the public transportation system in Chicago.
So your parents worked? You didn't come from privilege or anything like that?
No. Grew up in a 5-room apartment, But my parents sacrificed and worked hard and gave me a chance to live the American dream. And
what happened? You went to college?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Yeah. I have a degree from Northwestern in history.
Northwestern, and then you went to law school?
I went to law school. Are you ready for this?
Where?
Pepperdine in Malibu, California.
Oh, that must have been a party, huh?
You ought to see my grades.
Bad?
Well, gentleman C scholar. Barely.
Really? But you passed the bar?
Yes, of course.
Did you do it the first time?
The second time.
Second time?
Yeah.
Was that a great disappointment to you not to pass the bar the first time? It's almost like your driver's. When you hear somebody didn't pass the driver's test the first time, you go, "Oh man, I'm sorry."
Yeah, it was a great disappointment, but looking back, it was the appropriate thing. It's not like I learned anything in law school. So.
Were you a ladies' man in college?
Well, I probably shouldn't acknowledge anything like that.
Why not? Why can't you acknowledge that?
How do you define that?
Well, you're at Pepperdine. It's fun.
Yeah.
The sun. You're not exactly studying hard. You're getting a C. What were you busy doing?
I learned a lot about other parts of life that fill you out as a person.
Were you a hippie? Were you sort of like what kind of crowd did you roll with? Were you a jock? What were you in college?
Well,
Just sort of like an average guy.
yeah, in college,
What was your shtick for getting laid? I'm asking. I mean, were you a drug guy? Were you?
No, I was.
You never
I was
dealt
not
pot. You never did any of that.
No, I think genuine interest in.
Ever smoke weed in college?
Well, no, I was asked that question publicly. And I've done it twice, and I remember both occasions.
Didn't like it?
Yeah, it was. I run and I don't smoke, so.
Right. It destroys your lungs.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not something.
I'm not a big drug guy myself. I mean, I did my thing, I
Yeah.
tried them all, and
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
And that was it. But in Pepperdine, you were drinking, I bet. A little partying.
All things in moderation.
Are you
right?
saying
Yes.
you were a virgin in college?
No, I'm not saying that. And everything I say is subject to being cross-examined in court of law.
You're going to go to court, and they're going to want to know, when did you get laid, and when was the first time? So were you...
I'm going to write all about that in my second book.
Did you mention, were you popular with women when you were... I'm just trying to understand background here. Were you popular with women in high school?
I dated the captain of the cheerleading team.
You
when I was
dated the captain of the cheerleader?
in high school.
What
Yes.
was it with you?
She was sweet, and she was one of my, early loves.
How did you get her? Did you have a great gift of gab?
I guess you'd have to ask her that. Whatever it was, she was certainly willing.
You're here to tell us.
Yes.
Forget about all your other stuff.
Yeah.
That you were banging the captain of the cheerleaders in high school.
Well, I wouldn't quite phrase it like that. She was my girlfriend.
That is impressive.
I was madly in love early in life, and and I'm still madly in love with my wife now.
Well, forget your wife for now. I understand your wife, and blah,
who
blah,
may
blah.
very well be listening. So I just want her to know that I'm madly in love with her.
You've never discussed with your wife your previous sexual partners?
Well, I mean, we have an open and honest relationship, so we trust each other and we love each other. We're soulmates.
How old were you when you met your wife?
I met my wife March 6, 1988, so I was, 31.
31?
Yeah.
So you were already a practicing lawyer?
I was a practicing lawyer. I was a prosecutor at the time when I met her. And I was just leaving the state's attorney's office in Cook County.
Attractive woman. I saw her on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Yeah.
I thought that she was hot and devoted to you. Most women would have left, right? They would have said, there's trouble. Let's get the hell out of this thing.
People say that to me. I don't know. All I know is how Patty is, and she's a special person, and it never dawned on me for a moment that there would be any issues between us. In fact, this has brought us closer together.
Well, the whole deal with
there you are.
two.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. The whole deal with him is she even, turned against her own family for you. You weren't that popular with her dad, from what I understand.
Is that right? You mean to begin with?
Well, no. Her father and I had a very good relationship in the very beginning. It's a tragic story. I write about some of this in my book. He's a Chicago alderman, a ward boss, and was very helpful and instrumental in my political career early on. And
so he's a politician, a career politician.
Okay. Got angry because I shut down a landfill that he was involved in, and he made accusations that he later retracted. There were other issues, and I write about it very painfully in my book. It's a complicated relationship. There are elements of him that I really love and I miss.
So you're on the outs with your father-in-law. He won't talk to you.
No, I wouldn't say that. We spent Christmas Eve together, but it's a very difficult relationship in view of all that's happened.
So he's angry with you. His daughter's involved with you. Now it's the disgrace. So it's like all this shame and everything. It could make you go mental, right? You could crack from all this.
Well, no, it's not quite like that. No, except you know what the truth is. Now, what'll make you mental, as you say, is the injustice of the whole thing.
All right, so let's assume you're innocent. If you're innocent, and then you go into family dinners, and now the old man's like, I told you the guy was a bum. I mean, it's got to make you crazy, right?
Makes you mashuggy.
Yeah, right.
No, it's not quite like that. It's different. He, frankly, played a role in some of the issues that I have to deal with today because I write about that in the book. Again, there's a Shakespearean element to this story. And
what did he do? Did he set you up in a way, are you saying? You're saying your own father-in-law set you up.
I'm saying he made a false accusation. He got angry at me when I did my public duty, closed the landfill he was involved in. He got angry, accused a close associate, political fundraiser, friend of mine, of illegally raising campaign funds. And then he was threatened with a lawsuit. He retracted that, but once he did that, he unleashed the furies, and suddenly the federal investigators.
Why did you go after your father-in-law? Let's say your father-in-law does have a landfill or something. He's involved in it.
Right.
Why go after him? I mean, there's so many things. Like, did you want to look the other way?
Well, that's the issue. When you learn about something like that, that's the question I raise in the book. Do you do your public duty, protect the environment, make sure people have the proper permits, you follow the law?
Right.
Or do you pretend like you didn't see it? Now, it's traditional in that Chicago political environment probably to look the other way. And
Did your wife tell you, listen, lay off my father?
She was caught in the middle of the whole thing. But, she was supportive. And, again, these are very serious things because, again, I'm the governor. I have this big responsibility, and I knew this was going to be a problem. But I did what I know was right. Courts sustained what we did. They went back, they fixed their problem, and they continued on in their business. The problem was the accusation he made left in the wake serious allegations that began the scrutiny that my administration and a friend and some others unfortunately had to deal with.
So when you were a kid, did you fantasize about being a politician? Was this the career you wanted?
I wanted to be a baseball player.
Right, okay. So when that doesn't happen, like when you go to law school, when you went to law school, you said, hey, this is a good way for me to get into politics. I want to be the governor someday. Maybe I want to. Did you ever dream of being the president?
Well, I think anybody in politics at a level like that who gets that high. I mean, I write in the book that David Axelrod, who's Rahm Emanuel's political consultant, called me the day after President Bush beat John Kerry and suggested to me to have an open mind about running for president in 2008. His idea was a Midwestern new face, a governor. At the time, he had the governor of Iowa was a client. He was thinking about me, and he had in Barack Obama. And I write, he had the right horse in the stable, but he was kind of tilling the soil a little bit to see.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, this has got to be mind-blowing to you. One day you're the governor, and now you've been, I guess the way I understand it is you were wiretapped.
Right.
They listened to your phone calls, and someone said, hey, this guy is trying to sell Barack Obama's Senate seat.
Right.
And you've claimed all along that if you listen to the entire tapes, which they will not release to us, if you listen to the entire tape, it will vindicate you, and you are confident that when you go to court, they will play these tapes, and you will be vindicated. Am I correct?
I am confident that I will be vindicated. I am certain the tapes will set me free, and I'm hopeful every tape is heard in court.
Right.
Because these prosecutors may attempt to prevent some of that. The great irony here, Howard, is you've got a prosecutor, the heavy hand of the federal government. You've dealt with the FCC, so you know what that can be like.
Yep.
And they, as I write in my book, the morning before I was arrested, I directed my chief of staff over to the telephone to work out a routine political deal. I told him to work out the tactics that would put 500,000 people to work, create health care for 50,000 to 300,000 people. That was the deal I wanted. And then I wanted a written guarantee not to have a tax increase in Illinois for 2 years. Rahm Emanuel and other leading U.S. senators were helping put this deal together. The next morning at 6 a.m., I have FBI agents in my home arresting me. And then the prosecutor alleges he was stopping a crime spree before it happened. He mutilated the truth.
So you're claiming that when you say on the tape, even the little part we heard, I know I'm going to get paid for this seat. You're saying, in politics, I want the payoff. I want this, and this if someone's going to get the seat. I want guarantees for the people of Illinois.
For the people of Illinois. And I don't know that I ever said anything like, I want a payoff or I want to be paid.
Right.
They made a big stink out of this phrase, this is effing gold, and I'm not giving it up for nothing.
Right.
And I know what people think when they hear that. The next line is,
how much I can get.
Yeah. It is simply not that. Now, again, I'd love to tell you what comes next, but they won't let me. And I can only tell you, it ain't what they're suggesting it is. And there was never, ever an intention on my part to sell the Senate seat for money.
So is your legal strategy, give me the tapes, subpoena the tapes, and I'll play them in court, and I will be vindicated. That's the strategy, right?
Well, I think it's not quite as simple as that. There are other evidence and some other witnesses and all the rest. But that's essentially, a lot of what this case is I think, going to be shown by those tapes.
Do you lay awake at night saying, "Wait a second, let's assume what you're saying is true. You're innocent."
Mm-hmm. I am.
But people go to jail all the time who are innocent. You're facing maybe 20-something years in jail, right? If this thing goes down and people just want to do, let's say they do a witch hunt on you. Let's say somehow they don't release all the tapes. I don't know what happens. Something goes wrong.
Right.
Aren't you flipping? Would you ever consider suicide if you had to go to prison for 20 years? I actually would.
Well, no, but a close friend of mine just took his life.
Right, I know.
Because the federal prosecutors were trying to get him to lie about me. He had admitted to wrongdoing on cases not involving me, dealing with contracts with the O'Hare Airport in the city of Chicago, not in my administration, and acknowledged his mistakes. And they were going to offer to significantly reduce his jail sentence if he would lie about me. He refused to do that. In the meantime, the sentence he was getting was very significant, 8 years.
Wow.
And I think maybe possibly threatened with even more. And then just the other day, he took his life and left behind 3 little girls.
So are you able to sleep at night knowing that, like, I could go to jail for 20? I mean, what's your life like now? Are you on any kind of medication? Seriously, you seen a psychiatrist, anything?
No, not at all.
Don't you need to talk to someone about this?
I wrote a book and I talked to you and others, and
I'm hardly a psychiatrist.
Well, but you are a big mountaintop. And Howard, when you're an honest person and something like this happened to you, when you've lived the American dream as I have,
yes,
okay, and this nightmare has happened, which is so un-American and not what America's supposed to be, you're still only in America. Where else can you write a book?
But come on, you cannot possibly lay awake at night. I mean, I could understand. I would be like, oh my God, I'm going to go.
Well, maybe it's because it's not imminent, because, he still has a trial to go through, and maybe he still believes that eventually this is going to all be righted.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's going to be righted. Is it scary? Of course it is. And do I have those moments? I write about the book. My little 6-year-old Annie's at her kindergarten graduation when my wife was in the jungle in Costa Rica, and I was there, and my sister-in-law Deb, who was filming it, and she's a big fan of yours, by the way, and sure would love to meet you. She's actually here.
I would love to say hello.
But my little Annie was sitting there in the circle and with all her little classmates, just so sweet and precious, and I looked at her, and of course, from time to time you have a thought, and you ask yourself, will I see this next year, and will I see...
Have you explained to her what went down? Do you talk to the kids about it, or are they too young?
The little one has a different perspective than our older one, who just turned 13. She's a lot more aware of things. But, they both are. My wife has talked to them as the need arises, and I think they've done a real good job keeping them, focused on what their lives are. And they're little kids with typically ordinary lives in most cases.
Before you got into politics, were you a very successful attorney? Were you making a good living?
Yeah.
So you were a pretty wealthy guy. You worked your way up and you made some decent money. Are you completely out of dough now? Are you facing bankruptcy?
No, but when I was hijacked from office, because that's what it was, I was prevented from bringing in evidence to prove my innocence. They didn't even prove any wrongdoing.
You tried to stay in office, but then they had a vote to...
Yeah, they offered me, through third parties, an offer was made to me to step aside, incapacitated till I cleared my name, and get fully paid by the taxpayers. Wow. I turned it down, because that would be the wrong thing, because I wouldn't be working, and I didn't want to be bought off in that way. Plus, I question their motivations on some other things. But, I lost my job suddenly. My wife worked in an organization that helped the homeless.
Right.
And then
she got canned?
She had a 1-year contract. They breached it. She's entitled legally to about $80,000, but we didn't want to sue an organization that needs every dollar it can to help the homeless. So neither one of us had any income.
Do you guys, do you and your wife talk about this every single day now? It's consumed your life, I would assume, right? You can't have a normal life. Did a lot of your friends?
This is life.
Did a lot of your personal friends leave you? Like, have they just turned their backs on you and said, we don't want to know you anymore?
Well, let me answer that, but let me just go back to, we're rebuilding our financial situation, and again, we've had opportunities that most people who've lost their jobs don't have.
Right.
I was offered a opportunity to be on a TV show in the jungle.
You would have done that, huh? I'm a celebrity, get me out of here.
I would have forced myself to do it. Because
what kind of dough were they offering? 150?
It was good
Give me a number.
I can't.
Give me the number.
We're prohibited from
Right now. No, you're not.
No, NBC says no.
How much would ABC pay those cheap bastards? How much would they have paid you?
No, it was NBC. They were very generous.
NBC. I bet you. I'm going to take a guess and tell me if I'm in the ballpark. I'm going to say $100,000, 125.
Interesting.
And this is a primetime show that's taken up most of their time. Don't you think you could have done better than that?
Well, I'm not acknowledging that's the number. Let me simply say,
go ahead.
NBC was the network that helped Elvis on his comeback in '68.
Right.
This is the beginning of my comeback. And
is it a comeback, you think?
Yeah, I know it is.
You think if you're vindicated, you could be elected governor again?
Yes, I think I'm certain of that. But
well, you know what? There's something that hasn't
I believe in
been
comebacks.
asked here. If you are being, this is a frame up. If what you're saying is true, you're being framed. Who would want to frame you? Why, and what they would want, I guess, is for you to be out of office. And they have effectively done that, whether you win this case or not. So do you think is behind all this?
Yeah, who is framing you? Who are the masterminds of this?
It's a complicated thing, and I have a very strong opinion on the motivations. But I don't think it's appropriate for me to say some of that. And I don't believe it's a conspiracy between the prosecutor and political enemies of mine in Illinois. I think one thing led to another. But you have to remember, President Obama and I have some relationships that are mutual. I write about that in the book. There's a guy by the name of Tony Resco that Barack Obama knew very well. He introduced me to Obama.
Right.
He got in trouble. He did some things wrong. He was a big contributor to Democrats, me, Barack, and everybody in Illinois, the new Governor Quinn, the Madigans, who were the political people. And long story short, and he's sort of a central figure in some of this drama, and you have to ask yourself whether or not, the new administration was coming in, and this prosecutor wanted to act quickly and create a dynamic that made it hard for the new president to make it, to kind of go in a different direction.
Who's the guy who gave the okay to wiretap you in the first place? Do you know?
Well, you have to go before a judge to do that.
Oh, you do? So you don't even know. But it could be the prosecutor? You don't know.
Well, no, the prosecutor seeks it, and then the judge has to approve.
Okay, I get it. All right. So now, you have enough money to live?
We're rebuilding, and we're blessed for the opportunities. We were busted right after this all happened. I didn't expect to lose my job all of a sudden.
Do you still have your house?
Yeah, and the kids still stay in the same school, which is a private school. We've been able to get back quickly. Again, unusual opportunities that most people have lost their jobs.
So you went from being a millionaire?
No, never a millionaire.
Never a millionaire?
No.
But very comfortable?
No. My legal practice was doing well.
Right.
But then these political opportunities came. And then I ran for Congress. And when I ran for Congress and won, you can't practice law. And so that was the end of my law practice.
Why can't you? Because it's impossible to hold two jobs at the same point. Congress is a full-time job, I guess, right?
That's correct.
Right.
As a state lawmaker, you can.
You're not allowed. Right.
Yeah.
So your income takes a hit.
Right.
You put things aside, you take the whole political route, and then this whole scandal happens, and that's got to throw your whole financial world into it. So all of a sudden, celebrity, get me out of here. You got to do it.
You got to go in the jungle and eat tarantulas.
Yeah, because really, how are you going to? People think you have unlimited funds. You don't have it, right?
And then when you can't do it, your
Consumer
wife has
debt.
to do it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the judge wouldn't allow me to go, and then Patty was willing to do it. And all I can tell you is that this is a mother who loves her children and is willing to do something like that for her kids and her family. And
I felt bad for her. She was crying a lot on. I'm sure it was hard for you to watch. Did you watch the show?
I watched every one of them, and it was painful to watch in many ways. But it was a good experience for her, and she made friends that I think she'll keep for the rest of her life. Became very close with John, Sally, Francis, and Angela. Tori Hunter, the wrestler, who, if she was on your show, I know what you'd ask her to do.
What would I ask her to do?
Take her blouse off.
Goddamn, I'm going to ask you to take your blouse off.
I was afraid you were going to do that.
And I know you're here with your sister. I'm going to have her take her blouse off, too. Why not?
Anyone who has a blouse on, it'll be off.
Everybody's
hey, they tell me you can
blouse is
swear
off.
on this show. Is that true?
You can.
It's too early in the morning for me to say those words, but if you listen to some of the tapes, you'll hear them.
Yeah, so you like curse words. You are a fun-loving guy, right?
I think so, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
fucking right.
Now, Elliot Spitzer went down, too. Do you empathize with him, or do you feel it's a whole different situation? Do you feel he is guilty of something and that he should have resigned, or do you have some sort of empathy with him?
A combination. I don't. The decision to resign was his decision.
Right.
Yes, of course I have empathy for him, for his wife.
Should he have stayed in office?
That's a decision he would have to make. I don't know what the dynamics were.
Did you ever meet the guy?
No, I never did. But, I mean, if you were to look at his situation and look at mine, I think it's fair to say, and I know I probably shouldn't say this, he got a blowjob and I got fucked. But I'll be back. But I'll be back. I mean, and there's no dispute with regard to his behavior, but there's big dispute with regard to what
they even say
Spitzer's
Spitzer's trying now to get back. I mean, he might even consider a comeback, they said.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he'll do all right. I don't know.
I can see him trying to do that.
So the book's called Governor.
Yes.
And you wrote this right after, I guess someone approached you to write this thing, gave you a decent advance, I hope, right?
They've been fair to us and excellent, and I want to plug the publisher, Michael Wiener, who just passed away. But he took a chance on me to give me a chance to write this book. Cause
you write it with a writer, or do you just sit down and do this yourself?
I did it all by myself.
No kidding.
6 boxes of crayons, but I wrote the whole book by myself.
You wrote the whole book by yourself.
Yes.
This is in your words.
Yes.
And they'll probably take the book and use it at the trial. When is this trial going to happen? Do we know?
In June. It's scheduled for June.
Would you like it sooner than June? Would you like, because in a way you probably have it hanging over your head.
Right.
Why do you think it's taking so long to go to trial? Seems like a high-profile case. They could make it happen faster. Do you think they're having trouble finding evidence against you?
All those are good. Those are all good questions. They're very prudent observations by you. I don't know exactly why. That could be some of the factors. They sent us something like 3 million documents to review, which is to me just an effort by them to wear down your lawyers and
wear down your finances.
Yeah, that's right. I don't believe that's significant, though. I mean, the bottom line is, the tapes tell a big story.
What do your lawyers say to you? Are your lawyers confident they're going to get you off?
Absolutely.
They are?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very much.
Did they give you... When you sit down with a lawyer, you say, listen, give it to me straight.
Yeah.
Give me a percentage.
Yeah.
What's my odds here of winning this case? You got a 90% shot of winning it? You got a 50% chance? What's your odds?
Well, they don't talk like that. They're just saying they're all confident we're going to win. I mean, there's a complete confidence. They've heard they've seen enough evidence. Let me put it that way, because I'm prevented by this court order to talk about what's on these tapes. But we have access to those tapes. My lawyers have heard them all.
Has anyone offered you a deal?
No, but there is no deal. I'm not pleading to anything. I've done nothing wrong.
If someone came to you today and said, listen,
right,
I want you to admit guilt.
Right.
You do a year.
Right.
You're done with this thing.
No.
You won't do it.
No way. I have done nothing wrong. And I write in the book, again, I'm fighting for my children and their reputation and for their lives and their futures. I'm fighting for my late parents, my immigrant father and my mother who worked so hard. They didn't raise their kids to be in a situation like this and have our names sullied. We are honest people. We meet our responsibilities. I honestly fought for the people. Every child in my state gets health care. No state did that before. All of our senior citizens take free public transportation. No state does that. I insured every uninsured woman with mammograms and pap smears, routine, so that they can catch breast cancer early and have the treatment if God forbid, cancer's found. I went around the legislature to get a lot of this done because they were blocking me. And so, I did controversial things, but they were always
Robin, you have to
people.
love that. Robin has just been told she has a G cup.
Oh, God, help
believe it
me.
or not. So her breasts have to be checked regularly.
The governor needs to hear that.
Well, the governor likes that stuff.
Cancer can't spread that quick.
That's right.
I voted no on impeachment. Huh?
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, a record amount of money in public education without raising taxes on people. Minimum wage increases twice for low-wage workers.
Do you think you're still popular with the people?
I have my detractors, but I think I have a lot of supporters out there, too.
If you had offered free heroin, Artie would have moved to Chicago. I think that would have been it, right? You would have gone right away.
I'm looking at a court case, too. I'm not talking.
Yeah, that's right. He's got to. When is your case coming up?
I don't know.
What are your lawyers saying?
What are your lawyers saying?
What are your
They're
chances?
confident.
They're confident, too.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's confident. It's a great day. Everybody's going to court. Well, let me tell you something. This is some
you
story.
know what I wonder about? Yeah. I wonder about the days when he was embattled and people were, sort of demanding that you step down, but you continued on trying to be governor. You appointed someone to the Senate seat, and you were, I guess, at the State House every day trying to get things done. I mean, what was that like? That must have been a nightmare as well, because you're trying to do business and nobody wants to do business with you because you're like a lame duck at that point.
Yeah, well, you're worse than a lame duck. You're like
You're a pariah.
Well, almost a slain duck.
Right. No, it's embarrassing.
Well, not really, and I'll tell you why. Because I just know what the truth is on this, and my position was this: if I did something wrong, I'd have resigned. I would have never taken the deal to get paid for not doing work, but they offered that. There was a lot of reasons why they wanted to get rid of me that fast. Political reasons, policy reasons on the part of the Democrats in Illinois who wanted to raise taxes. And there was a reason why the National Democrats fought me on the Senate pick. I picked Roland Burris, an African-American former attorney general. No African Americans in the United States Senate in the age of Obama.
Yeah, but people thought that was sort of like a political move. Okay, I'll take this African American guy. I'll look like a good guy, this and that. It was almost like a desperate move to put him in. People disagreed with your choice there.
Oh, there was a lot of fury, and it came from the political establishment. But you have to understand, before all this came down, and we had discussions over the telephone with different people, the National Democratic Senate leadership didn't want me to appoint an African American to the Senate. Not because they were racist, but it was racial. They felt that whoever I picked, Jesse Jackson Jr. or Danny Davis, or some of the other African American names, they couldn't get reelected. So they had an idea who they wanted.
Right.
And in the age of Obama, I thought that was very hypocritical in many ways. And then when all this changed, I had a duty to appoint a senator. And I felt since the first deal wouldn't happen, that I can then appoint an African American who had been sort of a safe pick and people sort of liked him and respected him. And then he got a bad deal by the Democratic establishment in Washington. Here you have 100 senators and not one African American. You have an African American president, and the Democrats enjoy a majority in the United States Senate because of the African American vote in New York, in Illinois, in Maryland, in Michigan. Those are probably Republican senators without the African American vote, and they can't accept one man who's African American. They come up with this flimsy excuse that it was because of the guy who sent him.
Right. You know, it's funny when you go through something like this, and I imagine psychologically it's like it's crazy. But then you start getting weird offers, too. Were you offered to have a paid appearance at the Bunny Ranch, the prostitution place?
What?
What is that all about?
You know, early on, things like that were coming in. And even though I was unemployed and had no income,
right.
I respectfully declined that offer.
What did they want you to do at the Bunny Ranch? Have sex with women?
Were you going to have sex with your voters?
What was the offer? What? I don't even understand. I can understand if you were a woman, why they'd want you there. Why would they want you at the Bunny Ranch?
Yeah.
As I recall, it had something to do with judging some kind of contest.
Oh, gee.
Okay, now there's a footnote to your story.
Right.
Months go by, and I was just recently in Los Angeles and having dinner in Hollywood.
Right.
And I meet that guy. I think his name is Phil Hoff.
Dennis Hoff.
Dennis Hoff. A heck of a nice guy.
Right. Very charming.
A real nice guy.
Right.
And he reminded me of the offer, and I said, "Hey, man, don't just because you're in the bordello business, I was in politics. It's not like we weren't working in the same kind of field."
So they offered you a fee to come judge some sort of beauty pageant or something, and that you felt, well, maybe that won't look too good, and that's not your scene.
Yeah, that didn't get past.
You also turned down an offer to drive a race car and play outfield for a minor league baseball team. Is that true?
Yeah, that baseball one was really interesting. I thought seriously about that one. But,
that would have been good. I might have gone to a game. Now, and your sister's with you. I understand she's a gay woman.
Yep.
And she is married to a woman?
Her partner's with her, Kristen Baker. Hopefully you'll meet her, too.
Are you allowed to have gay marriage in Illinois?
No, but they love you because back in 1995, you were one of the first big leading advocates for gay marriage, and they love you.
Would you have approved of gay marriage in your state if it sort of was up to you? Not that it is.
I didn't support that, and my sister-in-law, God bless her, was at a gay pride parade, and on one of them she had a big sign on it, had my name on it with a big red slash through it.
Why wouldn't you support, if you have a gay sister, I assume you approve of the
very
lifestyle?
Much so. Yeah, very much.
Why not approve of gay marriage? I still don't understand why more politicians won't do it. Are they afraid of the constituency and the right wing and the religious types?
Well, it's a great question, and I've read history enough to know that, as Franklin Roosevelt used to tell Eleanor Roosevelt, she used to bombard him with memos constantly every day, and he had a rule. He finally told her, Eleanor, I'm only reading 2 of them a day.
Right.
And she was so interested in social change and a social activist that her heart was in all the right places. But he was more practical as a politician on what could actually get done.
Right.
You can't get too far out in front where the rest of the people are. And Illinois is not quite in the same place as, let's say, Vermont or California or Hawaii.
Right.
On an issue like this, it's going in that direction. I think there's almost an inevitability to it.
Shouldn't our leaders take a stand on something like that, even if it's unpopular? I guess it's just they're afraid to. I mean, you have to try to bring a lot of people into the tent, so to speak, when you're a
Well, Leah,
politician.
look what happened to Lincoln. He got ahead of the crowd.
That's right. You got a little too far ahead of the crowd. That's right. Yeah.
They shot him in the head.
That's right.
But you can actually hurt a cause if you jump too early. I mean, if you believe in a cause like that, carefully nurturing it and moving it forward. I'll say this as the governor. I was the first governor in Illinois history to give every gay state employee domestic partnership benefits. I support civil unions, which is not that unusual for a Democrat today,
Right.
but I've supported that for the longest time. And my sister-in-law and Kristen, if they were to get married, which would be a wonderful thing, I'd be just excited about obviously being
I just
there.
went to my first gay wedding, but I tell you, I love lesbians. You know that I've built a whole career out of loving
That's
lesbians.
an understandable position.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a position I took early on. I was way ahead of the pack on that.
Yeah.
Well,
I've had
listen.
discussions with other governors about that subject. I'll tell you.
Well, I've learned a couple of things.
Yes.
I've learned probably the most impressive thing about you is that you dated the prom queen.
No, she was the captain of the cheerleaders.
Captain of the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
In high school.
Yeah.
Why did you break up with her? I would think you'd stick with that.
I went away to college.
And she left you.
She sent me a Dear John letter, halfway through the year. She did.
Let me guess, she told you your penis wasn't big enough. That's what happened to me.
No.
I dated an actress when I was very young. I was head over heels in love. She told me she met a guy with a bigger penis, if you can imagine.
That's interesting. That's the character builder, though, isn't it, Howard?
It sure is.
Yeah.
When you lose someone like the head cheerleader,
Yeah.
is that even a bigger disappointment than losing your office of governor? I mean, it's got to be a mind blower.
Or does it prepare you for something?
Right.
Yeah.
Did you say, look, I know disappointment. It's not a big deal. I can get past this.
My dad used to teach me, a lot of things, more by example than by sitting down and talking. He wasn't that way. But one of the things he actually did say was, you can judge who you are not by how many times you get knocked down, but how many times you pick yourself up.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you ever go on Facebook and try to contact her and see if she's around?
No.
Nothing like that?
It's like, nah, nah, nah,
Do you know
nah,
if she's fat now? Because that would be great.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't.
don't
Let
know.
me tell you something. I am madly in love with my wife.
No, I understand, but still, I'm in love with my wife.
Yes.
But I always go back to see old girlfriends to see if they got fat.
I heard she's enormous.
That's right. Yeah. I heard, yes. We looked her up. The cheerleader's enormous.
I'm on
I
her
don't
Twitter
think so.
page right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
She wasn't that. I don't think she had that propensity.
Right. Well, let me tell you, it's impressive resume. I mean, the sexuality of all that.
Yeah.
Now listen. Mm-hmm. The governor has written a book called Governor. Are you going to make any in-store appearances? Are you going to sign books, or is that too wild for you right now?
No, happy to do it.
Has anybody approached you to go do some in-store stuff?
Yeah, there's some discussions. Yep.
So you might do it.
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
Well, Howard, how are you feeling now? Are you feeling swayed?
Look, you want to know the truth?
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm a big dopey guy. I don't know the evidence. I don't have evidence in front of me. I don't know if you seem like a really great guy, a nice guy to hang out with. And that's the key to being a politician, a man who can make you feel important. They said that about Bill Clinton. Walked in the room, suddenly you were the most important guy in the room. He just had that way of reaching out and making you feel included, and you don't seem full of yourself and all of that.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, I don't know the evidence.
Right.
I haven't heard any tapes. Like you yourself say, if I could hear the tape, that would be the end of this. We could end the whole controversy right now. I'm pulling for you. If you have been wronged and someone has set you up, I think it would be a travesty, and I'll be the first person to back you to get you back in office.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you're a sincere guy.
Appreciate that.
And if you go to jail, I'll forget your number. What am I going to do? Listen, what am I going to do? Well, right, Rob? What, are we going to visit him? I don't know.
I don't think we're going to go and visit, no.
You won't have
Do you
to.
want me to visit you if you go to prison? I'll come if you tell me right now you want me to visit you.
Look, you've never gone to prison.
Right.
You're not going.
Hey,
Neither one of us are.
If you have to go to prison,
Yeah.
I hope you don't. I
Neither
really
one
do.
of us are.
But if you do go,
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, like ex-cops always get the crap beat out of them and stuff. I mean,
What does the governor get?
although I think they'd send you to like a minimum security kind of place. You know what I mean? I don't think they'd give you the hard time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, have you looked into that at all?
It's different. It's not county jail, and it's not a state prison. It's let's not even talk about it. It's just not going to happen.
I know, but even the guards, the strip searching, the anal cavity search, they're going to do the whole thing on you, man. They'll be, hey, look, hey, governor, I see a hemorrhoid in here. I mean, that's...
Hello?
That's, hello. I hear an echo in here. I mean, can you imagine?
Who else wants to look at the governor's ass?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to make light.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be in a I don't even think I could leave. I don't know how the hell you're smiling and able to leave the room. Even if, what if they set you up and let's say you're completely innocent
Yeah.
and then you get in cavity
Look, that's the
searches.
biggest fear. I mean, I don't think that far ahead. Perish the thought. You are one fucking funny guy. You know that? Let me say that. But that ain't going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
The truth. Let me just leave you with this. I mean, I don't know how much time you have. I got all day.
Go ahead.
Here, the accuser gets up, locks me up, has me in a cell. While I'm locked in this little tiny cell, that guy gets up and says he's stopping a crime spree before it happened and alleges I was trying to sell a sentencing for financial gain, right?
Right.
I write in my book, the day before I direct my chief of staff to work out the tactics on a political deal that we've been discussing for weeks and weeks with top U.S. senators, Harry Reid, Menendez from New Jersey, my senior Senator Dick Durbin, former Speaker of the House Republicans, Denny Hastert and I spoke about the possibility of this, and a lot of other people. The long and the short of it is, somebody is lying. I'm either telling the truth or they are.
Right.
Somebody's lying. Now, the accuser doesn't want you to hear the tapes. The accused wants you to hear the tapes. This is the anti-Nixon, anti-Watergate scenario.
You say the tapes will set you free,
They
and you're
will.
demanding the release of the tape.
I wanted those in the state Senate in January.
And they said no.
They said no, they wouldn't allow me to bring Rahm Emanuel in, who was our guy to get that deal done.
So the people who had to sit there and vote for like censure and say get you
Yeah,
out of there,
right.
They didn't even hear the tapes. You're talking about politicians
Correct.
who
They didn't hear the tapes. They wouldn't allow me to bring in witnesses like congressmen and senators and the president's chief of staff who was working with us on that deal.
But everyone's like sheep. They all voted against you except one person. Who was the one person who didn't vote against you?
A guy named Milton Patterson who had a stroke. I don't know, maybe that impacted him. Look, the fix was in. Yeah.
He gave you the one
Right.
vote.
Yeah, I think that was the
He
reason
was
why.
out of it that
The fix was in.
day. What a nightmare. Well, listen, I hope you
Right.
don't go to prison. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell it would be like for an ex-governor, I mean.
I'm for him.
Right. You like him?
I like that guy.
You're going to vote for him.
What's
all
his
right.
name?
So, I mean, if you do go away.
Well, let me tell you something,
For 20
Howard.
years, you might. Do you think you would ever make it with a guy in order
Oh,
to?
no.
Never, right? You would never.
No.
If you got very lonely,
No way.
just masturbation, right? That's it. That's it. Yeah.
You're not that pro civil union.
Are you a physical guy? Can you fight at all?
I was a Golden Gloves boxer.
Oh, you were. Thank
Yeah.
God. All right.
Yeah.
So you
what
can
I
handle
was going to
yourself.
say, Howard, was
Right.
it's even hard on the people who visit you in prison. It's not even, any
Yeah, I know.
nice experience.
Wah.
You get searched. You go through a lot. They take everything from you. You can't bring anything in. It's a real
I know.
dehumanizing experience for everybody involved.
Now, your chief of staff has said he's going to testify against you.
Allegedly, yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think he did some wrongdoing at O'Hare Airport when he was there, and I think they found that. And I think, we've looked at what he says he's admitting to, which isn't even a crime. And I write in the book he may want to get himself another lawyer. I think he's so afraid of what they're threatening him with that he's simply going to say he did something he didn't do.
Well, listen. I mean, I wish you luck with the trial, and maybe Who knows? Is it possible this whole thing could be thrown out if the judge listens to some of the tapes and stuff, or maybe they'll just back off, or it's definitely going to go to trial?
We're preparing for trial.
You're preparing for trial,
and looking forward to the chance.
Yeah. Well, what is the procedure there? Was there a grand jury, or was there a?
That came later. After they arrested me, they had 90 days to kind of put together their evidence, and then on like the 89th or shortly before the 90-day period, they went to a grand jury.
I see.
The jury selection's everything. Go with black guys. Some of the church ladies are very tough. I'd like to see a black jury.
I think you need that Dr. Phil. He helped Oprah.
Yeah, Dr. Phil will pick the jury. He knows how to do it. Go with no bald guys. They're going to be jealous of your full head of hair. I do a lot of this profiling.
We should have you come in as a consultant.
Let me help you with that. Listen, Governor Rod Blagojevich, his book is called The Governor, and it's in stores now. Go out, take a look. It's in his own words. He wrote it himself, and he asked that you give him a chance and buy it. And it was an honor to meet you, pleasure to meet you, and I wish you the best of luck. Again, I don't know. Listen, Robin, I don't know.
If what he's saying is true, this is a travesty, and it's an injustice, and you shake when you hear of things like this happening in America.
Yeah, and
to a governor in the fifth biggest state in America.
Yeah.
This could happen to me. It could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
This will be one of the great comeback stories in American history.
Listen,
you will see.
And if you are vindicated, I'll get behind you to get you reelected. If you don't get reelected, I'll give you a job here. I got we need a guy to tape TV shows with JD. He's overwhelmed back there.
Can I join Richard and Sal and do practical jokes?
You can do crank phone calls. You can go
I
back
used to
there
have
now.
the president's phone number. We could play jokes on him.
Get the president's phone number. Come in here. Let's make a couple of phony phone calls and have a good time. But anyway, I wish you the best of luck. I really do. And the book is called The Governor. That's what you got to get. And I wish you all the best. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Governor.
Yes, sir.
How'd it go there?
Fantastic. I mean, he's a nice guy. I probably shouldn't have said some of the words I said, but then again, I said those on some of those tapes. Well, like some of those words I said, but I figured
sex questions, maybe, or.
Well, I didn't really acknowledge anything. He just sort of said it, and I just kind of mumbled some sort of evasive answer. But it was fun. He's obviously a very successful guy, and he's a lot of fun, and I can see why he's so successful. People like to listen to him. Robin's legendary, and so is the whole team.
So, do you feel like this interview might have helped you?
Well, we'll see. How they play some of that stuff, but no, it was fun to do. He was very gracious and kind. He talked about my book and gave me a chance to be able to, get some of my story out, and that's all you can ask for.
That's right. All right, so you had a good time today, right?
Had a great time.
Okay.
Had a great time. Want to go back in it, but we got other things to do.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
How about drinking? You drinking anymore?
Oh, me? No, I quit drinking,
You
dude.
never gonna drink again?
Nope.
You wanna stop at the bar by the Chinese restaurant and just get a quick shot, me and you, and then we'll go?
What, Chinese place, you mean?
Yeah, the bar they got in the back.
Oh, the Chinese bar?
Yeah, we'll get a shot. We'll stop and get a shot right now. And a beer.
Okay. I don't mind.
About your coworkers. And learning about Sal is just such a gold mine. I mean, the guy is so fucked up. This is a song, you know, Sal used to fancy himself a rapper. But I mean, like before he was with us and everything.
He really was serious about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, this song is so whacked out. This was a song that Sal did in 1992 with his old band. And I don't know how Gary got a hold of it. This is the greatest. You talk about old school Italians.
Is this the rap band? Or
His rap band.
Okay.
This song is called Free John Gotti.
Can I just give you the name of the band?
Yeah, what is it?
The Pizza Connection.
Yeah, because Sal worked in a
Of course.
pizzeria.
There was a bunch of guys who worked in pizzerias.
You got, I mean, listen to the thoughts behind this. Like, you got to question, like, what fucking mental case writes a song like this?
How did we not find out about this?
This is the greatest song ever.
He wouldn't tell us.
John Gotti was framed. It's the government's to blame. Now the U.S. attorney's got a claim to fame. A hero to most, we toast and salute him. Others get close, step off, one will shoot him. Teflon Don, he'll never be a con. 12 more people are sure to be gone. We're jumping so we bust in straight in your face. Respect John Gotti, the Italian race.
Respect John Gotti, the Italian race. That's something else. Write a song about Christopher Columbus.
They were respecting John Gotti.
Yeah. Wow. Free John Gotti. Respect John Gotti, the Italian race. Like, who writes a song defending John Gotti? Listen, what do I know? But first of all, Sal goes, the Teflon Don
He'll
will
never be a con.
He'll never be a con. Meanwhile, he was a con. Probably Sal jinxed him once he wrote the song. And secondly, I mean, well, out of all the Italians you could pick to honor in a song, why would you defend John Gotti?
Could he come in and give us his rationale?
I mean, it's unbelievable.
I'm sure there's some serious thought behind it.
Oh, very serious.
When he explains it, it'll just get worse. I think the other song you wrote, the follow-up hit, was Al Capone was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm getting notes here from everybody. Somebody said, you know, Sal said his dad loved the song and thought it was going to make the family millions.
Yeah. My dad heard it. He goes, man, this is going to bail us out.
That's when you knew you had nothing.
Why would you write this?
You know, I don't know.
Was he a hero of yours? I mean, be honest.
I think when you were young, when I was young, I was a little naive. I don't know.
Is this
if
the
that
kind
really
of talk you heard about around the house, like John Gotti's a good man?
Oh yeah, that's all my dad would talk about. I mean, this guy was like Jesus Christ in our house.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, my dad's an old school Sicilian, and he used to play cards with those guys back in the day.
But he certainly knew that they were up to criminal activity, right? So what is that mentality where you know a guy's up to criminal activity, but you think he's great? He's great.
You know, I think I
don't get that.
With my father, as long as you put a buck on the table, it was a buck on the table. You know, as long as you provided.
No matter what you do.
No matter what the situation was, yeah. There's a lot of things about my dad that I'm finding out now that's just crazy. I can't even fathom
You know
it.
what? Giselle grew up in this bizarro world, and we wonder why he's bizarre.
Oh, he's so sick. Sal is so sick.
My dad used to come home with white bag, like, you know those white bakery bags?
Yeah.
You know, like 2 o'clock in the morning with 2 bags of cash and sit at the table and start laying it out on the table, like stacks of money. And
he was
nobody
a pizza
would.
owner.
Yeah, and nobody would question it, you know. And then one day he'd just come home with a new boat and stuff, and then the boat would disappear.
What was he up to?
We never even went on the boat.
We had a boat. Now we don't have a boat.
You'd have a boat, and then the next day you didn't have a boat.
We had the boat he brought the boat to my grandmother's house, and he put it in the backyard. He's like, hey, we got a new boat and everything else. And all of a sudden, we were like, we couldn't wait to go on the boat. And about a month later, the boat disappeared. They're like, Dad, what happened to the boat? Never mind the boat.
Don't bring up the boat.
Shut up. Right. So
Mayday.
I think with the rap stuff, I mean, I was talking to my cousin Vinny also had a pizzeria as well. It sounds so cliche.
Pizzeria.
Yeah, pizzeria. And
pizzeria.
You're no longer in the vortex. You can get out of it and say pizzeria.
Yeah, that's how normal people say pizza.
You're an idiot.
Pizza.
And he was just like, hey, you know, I don't know how to put this, but he's like, you know, they make rap songs. They're making a shitload of money. We're Italian. We should be able to do the same thing. We could do this better. We're smarter. We're brighter. Look, this Gotti guy, we gotta do something. So, the fucking light bulb goes above my stupid head. I'm like, hey, how about a free John Gotti song? And that's how this came.
Did your dad put up the money for the production and everything?
No, this was real cheap. This is so bad.
What do you mean real cheap? Where would you do this? It sounds like there's some production on it.
I did this in a studio in...
So who paid for the studio time? Your dad?
I think me and my cousin Vinny split this one.
What'd this cost you?
About $700. Back then it was a lot of money, actually.
Free John Gotti. Listen, goodbye, I'm talking serious stuff. Nobody wants on us, so it's time to get tough. Sammy the bull, but that's nothing but bullshit. Branded a male cow, went out like a rat. Lies about a legend, a man you befriended. Don't you worry, son, good things will be ended. Open your ears and eyes, and people listen. Cause the is here, and on a mission. John Gotti's not guilty, so let him go free. Unless you like to buy a plot in Sicily.
Oh, man. Richard, that's Richard's favorite line.
I can picture you sending this to John Gotti. I'm sure you did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we were driving through the streets of Brooklyn and Howard Beach blasting this. People looked at us like we were fucking nuts.
Yeah,
nobody came up and said, where can I get that?
No, nobody at all. This went absolutely nowhere but in the garbage immediately.
You didn't get any attention with it?
No.
Nothing?
No. I kind of...
It's on those wicked keyboards.
One finger.
And your old man was pretty sure this was it, huh?
Oh, man, he was on cloud nine. He thought I was like the birth of Elvis.
Did he bring it around to some radio stations and stuff?
No, he did nothing. He just left everything up to me, but...
No.
And here it is.
Good move.
Good move. Here's how sick Sal's, dementia is. He's whacked out of his skull. So Sal brought me a clip. Sal likes to watch women getting peed on, like it turns him on.
And spit on.
So Sal brings me this clip. This is a chick getting pissed on, basically.
What websites are you watching?
Oh, wait, you got to hear this. This is Sal. Do you know about this?
He told me. I refused to listen to it because... All
right, this is Toilet Mouth. This is the clip.
That's going into her mouth.
Holy shit.
So Sal's in the office.
Look at his reaction. He loves it.
It was like pouring a cup of coffee. He was just frothing at the top and pouring over.
It did sound like a Maxwell House commercial.
So even Richard Christie gets creeped out by Sal, because Sal sits and watches these pornos, and he, the reason he watches them is he loves them. He likes them. And so Richard...
He calls it work.
Richard put on the tape recorder, the taping equipment.
Right.
Unbeknownst to Sal. And this is Sal watching the video.
And commenting?
He's in ecstasy. You got to hear this. Listen carefully. This is Sal watching a woman getting pissed on.
What websites are you watching?
Right now?
Yeah.
ppgalore.com. This one's hot. I love when they shoot a stream right in their face and like their eyes squint and burn. She looks retarded, which is hot too. She doesn't know what's going on. She just wants that piss.
Looks like an old lady.
That's even better.
To the guy.
So far he's getting turned on by the fact that the piss is burning her eyes out.
And she might be retarded.
Which is hot.
She looks like an old lady, which is hot.
And he likes old ladies.
You guys ever piss and come at the same time?
No. I love when a guy comes on a girl's face and then another dude will come over and rinse it off with a good pissing.
Oh my god.
I could jerk off to that in 10 seconds. This is the best one. The vagina shooting the pee in her face while she's blowing a guy at the same time. This is the best. Watch how she beams her right in the face. Oh, that's it. Atta girl. Take it. Oh, Jesus in heaven. I wish I could jerk off at work again. This is depraved teens pissing sex. They don't look like teenagers. I don't like them young. I like them old.
Well, that's something.
Let me type in piss. I like when they look like shit, like the girl next door, because that's the girl who's saying, hey, you know, I got nothing better going on in my life. I need to get peed on for attention. Like a hot chick, is just doing it for the money. This is hot.
By the way, this is what goes on back in their office all day. That office I built them.
Oh my God! Would you close that down?
This is the conversation that's been condemned.
Richard,
What's going on?
oh my God, he's frothing up her mouth. It's bubbles. It's like her mouth is overflowing like a volcano of piss. Oh man! Oh, I gotta hear the sound on this one. What a fucking pig!
Meanwhile, so this
man, that's disturbing.
This is a girl doing what you want. Now she's a fucking pig.
Well, that's what
he likes about it.
Yeah.
I mean, he hates women so much.
No,
I gotta tell you something.
I so admire them. I so admire them.
Sal, just get used to the idea. Just take it in.
Anybody's willing to get peed on in the mouth.
You don't think this is
really
like your
admire
whole, not to play psychiatrist here, but, the older women, your mother, pissing on her face, you're angry with your mom for not standing up to your dad. Come on, man.
True.
Come on, man.
I'm angry at my mom.
I don't have to be Sigmund Freud to figure this one out.
I don't know.
Not too many guys sit there and go, I wish I could beat off watching a woman drink piss. I mean, it's a weird thing.
Yeah, Sal, I'm telling you, there's nothing sexual about that to me at all.
And then to say, I want some guy to come on her and then another guy to wash it off with piss.
That is the hottest.
You see, that's what I'm saying, man. You're so...
But I'm not into shit or anything. I'm not into scat or fecal stuff.
And what was the thing you liked? The woman is pissing?
Oh, this was wonderful. This girl was on her knees, and she's giving a guy oral sex. And as she's doing it, there's another girl in a chair with her legs up, and she's shooting a stream of piss right in her face while she's blowing this guy at the same time. It's like she's being showered with urine and blowing this guy.
And that gets you completely crazy.
It drives me. I can't even explain.
What do you think it is?
It's amazing. I mean,
with me, I couldn't beat off to that for 100 years.
I don't know what it is. I think that when a woman is willing to succumb to something like that degrading, I think it's a turn on.
Right. So you don't think you want to degrade women? You do. How you feel about you're angry with your wife, you're angry with your mother, you're angry with all the women.
Do you think little girls sit there and say to themselves, boy, if somebody really loves me, they'll pee on me?
You think secretly they want that?
In Sal's world, they do.
In Germany, they do. I mean, I don't know.
Is that where most of these videos come from?
Yeah.
You think little girls grow up in Germany wanting to be pissed on?
I don't know.
That's their dream.
Next time you see Heidi Klum, ask her.
I'm not running a farm of pea girls.
Did you ever get to piss on a woman after you came?
No, never.
But that would be a fantasy of yours.
Maybe a little bit.
Wash off your cum with your piss.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Yeah,
you would love that.
I think I'd rather watch
What part of it do you think you like? When it burns their eyes?
Not necessarily burn. I don't want them to be hurt. I don't like to see anybody hurt, but I like the fact that, they're willing to, put themselves in that situation. Like, they're so horny and so dirty and so psychotic that they're willing to get pee in their eyes for you. I mean, that is, to me, that's the ultimate sacrifice.
They're psychotic.
I have to beg for a hand job at home. You got a girl who's gargling piss on video for millions of people to see. You got to applaud somebody like that.
Do you? All right, Ben, you're on the air in Williston, North Dakota.
Hey, Mega Dildos, Howard.
Mega Dildos.
Sal, listen, I thought this was like an act for you until that Richard recording that without unbeknownst to you. You're fucked up, dude. Seriously, you need help.
He does. Yeah, the reason that...
I can't understand how... Jesus Christ, your wife must be out of her mind to stay with you.
Well, the reason that tape is so powerful, a lot of people think Sal's a shtick, but he's not. That's him sitting... He doesn't know what tape's going.
Well, I do research for the show, Ben, and when I...
Research?
And when I watch these videos, you know, you're going to comment on them.
But you're doing research and you want to go jerk off? That's not research, Sal. That is you saying, I love this. This isn't research. If I didn't work for the Stern Show, I'd be at home jerking off right now to this shit.
Well, no, I wouldn't be.
Or for Howard Stern.
No, I wouldn't be some creep in a basement jerking off to pee porn. Look, if pee porn wasn't
pee porn.
If pee porn wasn't popular, Howard, it wouldn't be all over the
Is that
internet.
what it's called? Pee porn?
Well, pee porn.
We pee fetishists call it pee
If
porn.
pee porn wasn't popular.
Say that 10 times fast.
All right, Sal,
But-
thank you. I just wanted to give people a glimpse into your world.
I think there's plenty of people out there who enjoy piss porn. It's been around for quite some time.
Would you like to piss on your wife?
Nah.
What?
Why not?
Would you like to piss on your wife and watch her drink it?
No. Not
Yes,
her.
you would.
I'm at a
would you
point
want-
now, I hate to say, I'm at a point now where I feel uncomfortable to ask my wife anything.
Wouldn't you like to
kinky. It's
jack your load off on her face and
you
piss
if you
in
would
it?
like it.
Come on, wouldn't you like to jack off on her face and then piss on her and wash it off?
Not hers. A few others, but not hers.
What about Robin? Would you like to do
Oh,
that?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
Especially
I think you'd better try your wife first.
the glaze against the brown skin, it would glisten like a
Just-
Christmas tree.
You
It
better
would-
try your wife first.
All right.
Because it could be dangerous with her.
All right, thank you,
But
Sal.
it's not. I don't think it's that a big of a deal. Pee porn is out there. It does exist. You know, I'm not into vomiting or anything like that or shit. Or
You know,
that.
child porn, kitty porn exists.
Yeah, wait. To make that comparison,
Richard told me to find that website. Sal Googled the words piss and MILF.
Yeah.
MILF.
A lot of MILFs these days. I want to say something to the porn industry. They're misleading with MILFs. They're taking young girls and they're making them look older.
And you
It's
don't
very,
like that.
No, they have to look saggy and, you know.
He wants
There was a
authenticity.
MILF in the paper, the Daily News. They were doing, you know, how the newspaper guys go down to the beach and they shoot an attractive girl at the beach. This chick was playing in the ocean with her kid, and boy, oh boy, was she hot. She was some Milfowitz.
These cougars are phenomenal, Howard. You know why? I figured it out. They're trying to keep up with the young, hot chicks. You know what I mean? So they.
Wow, Sal figured this out?
Go ahead, let me hear what you figured out.
No, but when you see these cougars, they really stand out at clubs. They stand out at bars. They're the ones holding the glass of wine. They want to make everyone aware that they're wild, they're crazy. So
is your wife a cougar?
Maybe to other people.
No, but I'm saying, do you see her that way? Like she's getting the pink in the hair. She's got 3 kids at home, but she's running around the bars and
She's trying to stand out.
Yeah, she really doesn't go to bars, but I
she goes
guess,
once in a while with her girlfriends.
Yeah,
right?
once in a while she
Right.
does. Yeah,
she leaves you at home and goes out.
She leaves me to my piss porn.
Right.
But these cougars, the great thing about them is that they're not really like that. I mean, to me, a lot of women just go through the motions to please people. That's how they really end. It's all part of the program. That's how life works.
All right. You know what? This is fascinating, but I gotta
But
move
I'm
on.
saying these cougars, what they do is they'll suck cock, they'll take loads to the face, they'll get
okay.
pissed on and all that stuff only because they feel like they need to keep up with all these wild, newer, hot young chicks.
Right. They'll have to work harder to keep up with the
and
young
it's
girls.
wonderful.
All
God
right.
bless the cougars.
All right. Thank you, Sal.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a
Go
good
back
day,
and
everybody.
go back to work.
Who is he talking about?
I don't know. He's whacked out of his head. Free John Gotti. The hit single is.
It all makes sense.
John Gotti was framed. It's the government to blame, not a U.S. attorney's got a claim to fame. A hero to most we
Sal against the U.S. Attorney.
toast and salute him. Others get close, step off, no one shoot him. Teflon Don, he'll never be a con.
Is there an intelligent thought in that head or what?
Sal, dude, what's more embarrassing, hearing your John Gotti song or
The John Gotti thing's embarrassing because it was 20 years ago, and it's obviously, you know, like I said, I was very naive about it. That's not something I'm proud of now.
is that
but-
more embarrassing than getting secretly recorded talking about piss porn?
No, because I'm proud of the piss porn, you know? I'm proud
You're
of
proud
it.
of it.
Yeah, why not? It's just a little fetish. It's just pee. Lots of guys like it. A lot of people won't admit it. They won't say it, but a lot of people are into it.
Are you the only guy here that admits to liking pee porn?
I think maybe JD might like a little pee porn, you know? I'm sure there's a few guys here. If you did a private poll, I'm sure there are a few guys who like pee porn. You know?
Why do you think Howard thinks it's so weird?
Because he's got a show to run.
Strange.
He's got a show to run. He probably likes Pete porn a little bit, you know, but no, he's got to make me out to be some freak of nature, you know, put me in the center ring and, you know, and make a mockery out of everything.
Is that the weirdest porn you're into?
I like snowballing, too. Which is cum swapping. When a girl takes a load in her mouth and she spits it in another girl's mouth and they go back and forth. That I've been into a little bit lately, too. That's pretty good.
Does that top the P?
No.
Oh, P's up that?
P's number one. Cum swapping's number two. But cum swapping with P combination, that is...
Like the rinse off?
The creme de la creme, right. The rinse off. That's always good stuff. Pete, you like Pete porn?
I think I would resort to Pete porn, I think, you know. I think it would be something interesting.
There you go. You got a guy like Pete, likes Pete porn. Normal, average guy, good man.
I guess I was wrong.
If Pete's down with Pete porn, I'm down with Pete porn.
If I'm down with it, I think it could actually go somewhere, you know. And maybe there's a big market for it, you know. I mean, it's possible. You don't know anything until you try.
Yeah, so there you go.
All right, I was wrong. I guess it's more normal
popular.
than I thought.
It's popular. All right, so
call from Jackie. He's promoting something.
He has a show.
Jackie's using us.
But he has a show.
I know, he'd rather promote here. I guess he's doing a show with Billy West somewhere where they want the Jackie puppet.
Right. Let's find out about that, because Billy won't do this show.
Yeah. Like, it's weird. Like, Billy and Jackie want to borrow the Jackie puppet, but Billy won't do our show. And I don't even understand that. I like Billy. I don't know why Billy doesn't like me.
I don't know.
Yeah. I did something to him. I don't even know what I did, but he says I didn't do anything to him.
It's very confusing.
Yeah. I still think he thinks I didn't get him enough money or something, because Jackie's beef with me is money all the time, too. And then Jackie...
Funny that they should be working together.
Jackie's announcing that he re-signed with Sirius XM. You know, basically us. I heard something. Jackie started to negotiate, and Tim just said to him, "Look, Jackie,
this is it.
This is it. You're not getting anything more."
Yeah.
And Jackie went, "All right."
That was the negotiation.
Jackie's a beaten man. Hey, Jackie.
What are you talking about? We are officially signed up for our third year of Jackie's Joke Hunt.
Yeah, I heard the negotiations were a lot different. Like, basically...
There was no negotiation.
Yeah, I know. Tim just said...
Money. We just wanted to own what we did, and we...
You want to own that?
That's simple.
You wanted to own it. Wow. What are you going to do with that when you own it?
Oh, are you kidding? It's invaluable.
He's going to own the Jackie Joke Hunt?
Yeah.
Wow. Jackie, he's explained something to me.
How are you? Long time no see.
I know. And I do want to see you. Don't get a...
No, I didn't mean... I mean, long time no talk. I'm done chasing you for dinner.
I know, and I do...
You can officially relax now.
I tell you what. You know what?
No.
What, are you going to make a date you're going to break?
I'm going to make a date with... No, I'm not going to break a date with him. In fact, Beth's going away for a month, so... I'll definitely...
Charlie Brown is not going to go try and kick the football again because Lucy's not going to get another chance to pull it away.
I know. I'm gonna make a plan with you because, you know, I think it'll be fun.
So Nancy's going to California for a month?
Nancy?
Is this where you asked me to borrow the Jackie puppet?
No, I changed my mind. That's a done deal.
You know what's weird to me? You know what's weird? Jackie, let me tell you.
It's a very successful show, and we're going to take it all across the world and probably to Mumbai, India.
You know what's weird? Like I was saying to Robin, it's strange to me because Billy won't come on our show. Like Billy will go on your show. Billy will tour with you. And
Well, we didn't tour yet. We didn't even get to do one show yet.
Yeah, but you're gonna. And
we'll see.
And I still don't know why Billy's mad at me. I don't know what I did wrong. I like Billy.
Listen, I can't even negotiate with my ex-wife. I'm not negotiating for you and Billy.
Are you divorced?
You know what? The check is in the mail. The divorce is actually on its way to me in the mail.
Why did you decide
do you have the official? Do you have the whole official thing, like the thing that says? I mean, is your divorce completely 100% official? Do you have the?
Well,
documents
He
and all
remarried,
that?
yes, he is.
I'm remarried.
I hope.
Well, that's not what I asked you.
I mean, you can't. Yeah, well, but you know, when my ex-wife got married, we had to get our divorce so she could get married.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then.
Yeah, well, I finally got that paperwork coming through. So.
Why all of a sudden, like I know you were always saying, well, there's no need to get a divorce. We just sort of have our.
Well, you know what it was? We were covered by insurance through the company I was doing my gadgets with, and finally we just and it's over. It's over. No, I mean it was over, 8 years ago, but now it's going to be official. So.
And then she got a couple of the houses. She still lives near you.
Yes.
Are you dissolving all
I
businesses?
got a beautiful girlfriend, so I'm a free man now, and I can do it as I wish.
Yeah, the girlfriend Jackie got a new girlfriend, and she moved into his house. I think that also probably prompted the divorce.
But are they dissolving all
met her yet?
businesses?
What, Robin?
Have you met Vicky yet? She's lovely.
No, I haven't met her.
Hi, Robin.
Hi there, Jackie. Have they dissolved all businesses, Nancy and Jackie? Because that was the other thing.
Yeah, you two had a very tangled web of businesses and
corporations.
It is all untangled.
Yeah.
The Jokeland and Orphan Rockers Industries are all untangled.
Oh.
It's pretty easy when you're not making any money.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how people don't want to hold on to that once it's kind of not making
It's
money.
like a hot potato. Like, you take it. No, you take it.
Right.
Hey, can I ask you, Jackie, a question? I heard a funny story. Did you do your 4th of July party this year?
Yeah, of course.
I heard that Nancy did like a competing 4th of July party like 100 feet away.
Did I have a party? Yes. Did Nancy have a party? Yes. I'm not sure we call them competing.
But isn't that weird?
They were two separate parties.
And don't you guys still share a lot of the same friends?
Well, there's some of the same friends, but not a lot.
Were people going back and forth to the
there
parties?
was a
Separated
constant.
years, Yeah, some people went back and forth, but it wasn't competing.
I just heard it was sort of. I heard it was interesting. Like Nancy,
come to my party.
Gary.
What?
What do you mean you heard? Who would you have heard this from?
I don't know.
Aren't you getting?
I wasn't there.
Well, whatever it is, whatever you do, repeat it.
Aren't you getting?
I have no idea where you heard it.
Aren't you getting too old for 4th of July parties at some
Never.
point?
Never.
No.
What are you talking about? Too old to have a party? You were too old to have a party when you were 28.
I don't
we're
know.
different people.
I don't know, man. It's just.
Well, he still loves, jumping in the water and swimming out to the jetty and the whole
Hey,
thing.
listen, the reason you guys called me in Bayville is we had a Labor Day party yesterday and went really late. That's why I'm in Bayville tonight. I love my little parties. Every Labor Day, every 4th of July, it's great fun.
Oh, we missed Labor Day.
Jackie's parties were among the worst parties because you'd go and it would be hours before you'd eat.
Jerk.
He'd invite you
right now.
He'd invite you at 10.
Jerk. I had the best parties
Horrible.
in the world.
They were the most ridiculous parties.
First of all, you would go. I've talked about these many times on here. You would go at like 10 o'clock in the morning. You'd start the party.
We threw Robin stock. We threw Fred stock.
So you go at 10 o'clock in the morning.
To swim. I taught your dog how to swim. How could you be such a crap?
So you'd go at 10 o'clock in the morning. You'd be hanging out forever, and then you were like waiting for some food, because.
Mr. Stern, you never got any place at 10 o'clock in the morning in your
All
life.
right.
You'd arrive at 2 o'clock.
And
then
there
Gary
still
would
wasn't
fill
any
you in.
food.
And there was no food, and then Jackie had this weird garage where he turned it into a stage, and then he'd get up and play, and then his wife would get up and play with her band.
They had these parties so they could have an audience.
Yeah, and then still no food. And then you
wait a minute. Remember the Robin stock? Everybody was huddled around a bowl of peanuts.
Yeah,
because that was all that was.
You told me and Nancy that was the greatest fun you ever had.
It was. It was amazing.
20 years, people have been telling me that every time Howard breaks your balls about your parties, the parties sound
oh
like
my
the
God!
greatest things
And then
in the
all of a
world.
sudden, the food would come out,
Right.
and it would be a garbage pail filled
Full.
with clams.
Yeah.
And
You know, I was looking at an old tape from like a very first, one of the first 4th of July parties where you actually came and you met my parents, and we actually had to park in the supermarket parking lot and crawl through the fence.
Right.
Yeah, Jackie'd go. That's the other part of the thing would be. It would be.
And I'm looking at videotape, and all of a sudden I see myself walk into the garage, and there's a big garbage can full of clams.
Some party.
It's true.
And then you'd go, and Jackie was making decent money, but he always tried to live like a poor man, you know? So it was like, he'd go, park your car.
You know what I was doing?
Park your car.
I was practicing for now.
Park your car at the supermarket. And then you crawl through the bushes to get to his house.
Right, and go through the fence. It has a rip in it.
And then you'd get there, and you just wait for food, and there was no
Let
food.
me ask you a question.
They also had, now Jackie had called this party. Shush. He had called the party. He knew he was throwing a party, and he had that big lobster tank that they have as like a bathtub for lobsters.
Yeah.
And they threw all the lobsters in there, and then Jackie looked at Tom Chiasano and said, "Do you know where I can get some propane?" He had not even gotten propane.
Oh,
he didn't know how to cook them.
You still don't tell the truth.
Propane.
He says, "Do you know where I get some propane?"
I don't know. Let me promote Jackie's show. Listen to Jackie's Joke Hunt
Howard,
140.
did we have fun or not?
Oh, my God. Jackie.
You had fun with me. Don't ever
No, you had
think
fun.
the greatest fun.
Come on, it was the greatest fun. We laughed.
It wasn't
like
worth all the
lunatics.
aggravation I had to go through, though.
Well, you kept going back. There was the Siobhan party.
Siobhan party was great. That's where most of Jackie's guests were throwing rocks at another human being, and I had to step in and tell him it wasn't right because he was a gay man.
I have a book that says that where you wrote that it was worth all the trouble.
Yeah, you know,
You wrote
Artie,
that.
I swear to God.
Siobhan was your friend, not mine.
It was unbelievable.
outta here.
I didn't invite him to the party. You did. And then your friends are all throwing rocks at him, and I have to lecture them that you don't throw rocks at gay people.
It's not a him, it's a her. It was Ronnie and Neil throwing rocks at him. And the only reason it was Ronnie and Neil throwing rocks is because that Ralph hadn't latched onto you yet.
All right. Let's listen to Jackie's Joke Hunt 140, the squirting hunt,
You
tonight.
believe it's number 140? That's a lot of weeks.
It is a lot of that. Ever since I had dinner with you and you convinced me, you bamboozled me. I mean, you got me to give you a show.
Well, what happened was you smacked your head and you didn't know what you were doing.
Don't miss the Jackie Martling Snart Extravaganza tomorrow night from 5 to 7 on Raw Dog, Sirius Channel 104, XM Channel 150.
I got a new Oleo CD coming out called Snart, and they'll let me do a 2-hour special. And I did one last week, and everybody loved it.
Great. And see, of course everyone loved it. And
of course.
When is there anything that everyone didn't love? And see a night of...
come on.
See a night of Stump the Joke Man, September 19th at Northern Lights in Clifton Park, New York. Now, what happened to the show with Billy West?
That's a couple months away.
Okay.
That's November 16th, Monday night, November 16th at the Gramercy. But that's a long way from now. I could be dead by then.
But you talk to Billy, right, regularly?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I know. It's just weird. So you decided not to use the Jackie puppet.
Well, you know, if we do it and we videotape it and then we wind up going on the road, I ain't taking that thing on the road. Somebody steals it, you know, I'll wind up in jail.
You don't want the responsibility.
You don't need that.
Yeah, I remember Gary lost it for 10 minutes and it was his head. Remember that?
All right. For more information, go to jokeland.com. Jackie is around. You got to go see him, and he's ready to entertain you. He's always
I have
ready.
a joke for you.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Yes.
There's a little old lady standing at the bar, and a little old man walks in, and he says, "Could I buy you a drink?" And she says, "I'd like that." So he buys her a drink and buys another drink, and after a few drinks, he's holding hands with her. And he says, "Can I kiss you?" And she says, "I'd like that." So he kisses her, and they make it out a little bit. And he says, "You want to come back to my place?" And she says, "Okay, I'd like that." So they're walking back to the old guy's place, and on the way she says, "I think I should tell you I have arthritis." He says, "Well, what do I care, little arthritis? We're not kids, we're old. That doesn't bother me at all." So they get back to his place, and they walk in, they sit on the couch, and he starts making out with her. And they're making out like seventh graders. These two people are in their 80s, but they're making out and French kissing, and he's tongue in her ear just like Robin likes it, and licking all around her neck. And he's feeling her up and feeling her crotch, and she's feeling his crotch, and he puts his hand up her back and unhooks her bra, and boom, her boobs pull down, and they're really going to it. And next thing you know, these two old people are nude. And the old guy goes down on her. And it's disgusting. And it's really horrible. And he looks up at her and says, "What's going on down here? It smells terrible." And she says, "Well, I told you, I got arthritis." And he says, is that what arthritis smells like down here? She says, "No, I got it in my shoulder. I can't wipe my ass."
All right, Jackie. There you go. Well,
That is from the new Oleo CD Snort that'll be out in a month.
All right, Jackie. Thanks, man.
Are we going to get together? I would like.
Yeah, I'm going to because I have a lot of time for dinners now.
When is Beth going away?
Next week.
All right.
All right.
Let's see if we'll have a few laughs.
All right. Sounds good.
I dare you. Am I contacting you or am I waiting?
No, I'll contact you.
Oh, boy.
Don't call me. I'll call you. All right.
Robin, I hope you're doing good.
I'm doing good.
All right. Bye, Jack.
Tell Fred not to interrupt so much.
All right. Thanks, Jack.
Thanks.
Jackie,
I appreciate it.
Jackie the Joke Man, everyone. He has a million of them. Well, there he is.
That was a long one.
Oh,
Right.
yes, he loves the long one.
Well, he loves to do dialects and impressions.
And throw names in and all that stuff.
Fred, I noticed even when Jackie referenced you, you didn't say a word.
No. The quicker he's off the phone, the better. It's like I was trying to find a way to edit that joke for you, but that was impossible.
Jackie is a lot of fun, but he's a big headache too.
Oh, please.
He's
That what arthritis smells like down there? Yeah, no, I can't wipe my ass. No, I can't wipe my ass.
Now he's divorced. Who predicted that divorce? Me.
You did.
You're not kidding. He would never cop to it, but I knew it. The day that he didn't hook up with us, they were divorced. I think we kept them together. And oh my God, he had these houses. He'd buy one after another in the same town in Oyster Bay. He had like 5 of them. And I guess she kept like 4 of them.
Get out.
Yeah, she got like 4 of those little dinky houses. I mean, you never saw a house like this.
So what's with the competing July 4th party?
It's always like a whole story with them.
I wonder if there was a fence with a door in it.
Jackie just lives a life that's just filled with, like, one thing about Jackie on the show, you could just sit and like hear these stories and comment on them for 2 hours.
Yes.
And the show would be over.
But so in other words, part of the directions was park in the
supermarket.
And then
you had to
go
find
through the fence?
some lot, and then there was going to be a fence through some bushes or something.
I remember,
where the fence was rusty and you had to watch out you didn't get tetanus as you walked through.
I remember I came with my wife at the time, my first wife, and and we're walking through the fence, and I'm holding the bushes for her, and like she's wearing a nice outfit, and it's getting covered in like bushes, and crawling on her knees.
It's like getting through a jungle to get through his house.
I said, "Oh yeah, I forgot. We're going to a shanty town."
But if the town fixed the fence, it would have thrown a whole monkey wrench into it.
No, the fence. Jackie would have clipped it in the middle of the night. That fence wasn't getting fixed. That was the key to all his partying. That was his
and remember,
parking lot.
that was in his big drinking days. So he'd put beer on a rope and swim out to the jetty with it in his mouth.
Like
the
a
rope
golden
in his
retriever.
mouth.
That story I
But I would
remember.
even say, like, Jackie, I can't just park in a supermarket parking lot. Can't I get a ticket or get towed? No, don't worry.
Nobody bothers.
No one bothers anyone. Yeah, all right. I'll trust in that. Because that's great. When I want to finally get out of this insane asylum, I mean party, my car
Good to be here today. I had 2 cups of coffee. I took 20 milligrams of Adderall. And I feel like everything chemically is perfect. New York Post, got it. Story about the rapist in Yale, got it. Story about the not rapist in Hofstra, got it. I feel like it's the SATs, and I'm going to fucking nail it.
All right, so you're not going to fight anyone this morning, right? No, well,
Why would you fucking say that? I don't know. Don't fucking say... Fuck you. Fuck you.
Last time was all about your anger issues.
No, I'm doing better, I think. It's just, I think I hit a midlife crisis at 40. I'm 43 now, and I'm coming out of the tunnel, I think. But it's a rough time. I don't know if anybody has been through this recently, but if you have, please email me. I think we should. It's no joke. Men, midlife crisis. We're so castrated now. We're so held down. A white, balding man in this world. I'm guilty of everything. I've been polite. I feel like I've been making up for the sins of my forefathers for so long, and now I'm almost dead, and I'm realizing I don't care anymore. I gotta relax and just enjoy what's left.
Hey, did Greg ever show up?
Greg Fitzsimmons?
Can I tell you something, Howard?
What?
Always late.
Really?
Greg?
He talked about this on the wrap-up show once that, he thinks it's a passive-aggressive thing. I don't know, is he here? He just showed up.
Wow.
Is that even Greg's not showing us?
But he was late last time, too, and maybe the time before that.
It's okay.
Is he crying for attention?
Yeah.
I think Gary has a thing with Fitzsimmons. I don't
No, I
think-
don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Actually, Greg and I fixed that.
Oh, there
was something?
The thing is, we talked about that on the air.
What was it? I don't even remember.
There was a thing on the wrap-up show where Greg, we were talking about. It had to do with the way that Artie was behaving, and Greg was sort of explaining to John and I that we didn't understand show business, that we're not comedians. And it came across as kind of condescending. And then Greg called me after that and said, you know what? It did come across sort of douchey, and then that was that.
Look, Artie's an asshole.
No, it was just he was just sort of like, you should, Artie's way more talented. You have to accept his behavior no matter what he does. God. And it was sort of like, Artie's way more talented than you. And it was sort of preaching to me and John about, the show.
I'm sorry I brought this up.
You sticking with the beard?
It looks that way.
Yeah, huh? Boy, it's white. Nah. Gary's got an all-white beard, man. Well, how's that make you feel, Robin?
It's just, whenever I look at it, it's weird because only the bottom is white.
Yeah.
Right, I know. I got a black mustache and a white beard. Now I'm working on a thing. I just bought a trimmer. I'm still going with a little bit more. I feel like if I trim it a little closer.
What does your wife think?
She likes it.
Yeah?
I'm getting about, I'd say it's about 50-50.
Which is the 50 that doesn't like it?
Well, Artie seems to be in the group that does like it, unless he's lying.
I know, I dig it. But I'm a pro-facial hair guy at times, but I think it's all right.
Maybe his wife has an old man fetish. Because I think that thing makes him look older.
It does make him look older. I'm not saying that's bad necessarily. Not 'cause it's. I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool.
Let me explain some about show business, Gary. If you're gonna get older, you don't understand how this works.
Greg trying to explain show business again to Gary that you don't walk around with a big gray beard. All right, we're going to take a break. Greg Fitzsimmons is here. Where is Greg?
He's here.
Well, he could have come in.
He was. You know what?
He was dying to come in?
He was dying to come in, and I
So
kept
he
saying...
should have just come in.
I kept saying, Howard's... Wait, because Howard's about to break. Because you were going to break like 20 minutes ago.
In. Greg, you can come in.
Now we'll break.
Now we'll break, though.
Greg's right. You don't understand show business.
Greg was right.
Greg.
Gary, you think you'd understand show business. You're right about him. He doesn't understand show business.
He doesn't get it.
You said you were going to break 20 minutes ago.
You could have come in. You're not the kind of guest
He was
that...
walking for the door twice, and he keeps stopping me.
I did.
Oh, excuse me.
that?
Excuse me. You conclude.
Comedy, please.
Howard didn't. He didn't pull on his ear like a first base coach.
Oh God,
that is
a horrible. Fitzsimmons going to the impression.
He didn't give the sign.
I've never done one before.
I've never heard him do an impression.
That makes Craig Gass.
Is that your first Baba Booey impression?
It's my first impression ever. I feel pretty good about it.
Let me hear that. What is that,
Fitzsimmons is the only
Gary?
guy that doesn't have a Christopher Walken that I know.
What is that, Gary?
Greg, you can't come in yet. It's
The Godfather.
How did I get old and feeble?
You're Vito Corleone. Right before he died. Right before he eats the tomato.
You know why I don't do impressions? Because I actually have a comedic voice of my own.
You don't need to be another person.
I don't need a guitar or puppet or impressions.
Hold on, Greg. I'm
Comedy.
going to write that down.
Where does ventriloquism stand on your, like, is that show business? Is that an embarrassment or is
It's
that...
an embarrassment.
It is.
Yeah. You know
Because I
what the
saw, like,
worst
on
is?
America's Got Talent, the guy got a $100 million contract in Vegas. This guy who
Yeah.
puppet.
A ventriloquist?
He's a ventriloquist,
Well, is there
yeah.
something wrong?
Fitzsimmons, where's your...
Sit down,
The
Johnny.
guy's got a little dummy.
What, do you got asthma? Sit down.
Yeah, go ahead.
I love it. Artie starts to yell something and it turns into a wheeze.
I'm a little overweight.
Jesus Christ.
I should go beat up your neighbor again.
Go ahead.
I just believe that. What was the question?
I don't know. Let's play the gossip game.
The question was, what do you think of ventriloquists?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like if you can come up with something that's funny, why run it through somebody else? It's always like, I didn't say it. That guy did.
The puppet said it.
Yeah.
Right.
Howard, you know what I always hear when I'm hanging around with comedians is they all hate. This is a term. They hate prop comedians.
Right.
Prop comedians aren't real comedians.
Is there any prop comedian you ever had any respect for?
I like the Amazing Wid.
He was good?
I don't know. I mean, to me, it's just like if
Amazing Jonathan's funny.
It's not that I don't think they're valid, and I don't have any problem with what they do. It's just not what I enjoy.
Right.
You know, I just
you like
feel
to hear somebody talk as themselves about their life or
Yeah.
their observations.
Yeah, but I'm never bitter about someone's success. Like when Carrot Top, I came on here once and I shit on Carrot Top just
Right.
because it was easy.
Right.
It's a punchline.
And then I was at the Improv like a week later in Hollywood, and we were waiting for the valet guy to pull up our cars, and he was standing next to me.
Right.
And I look at him, and he looks at me, and I didn't really know him. I met him once or twice, and he's like,
Hey, man, why you shitting on me?
No, I said, hey, I'm sorry about what I said on Howard. I know why he knew. Because he came on the next week and you played it for him. That's right.
Right.
What
kind of scumbag would do that?
In case you missed this.
Right.
No, well, I think it was Baba Bad News pulled it, I'm sure.
Right.
We all do. It's a team effort.
And so I apologized, and he immediately let me off the hook. He's like, hey, man, we're all comics. We're just kidding around, blah, blah. And I felt even more like a piece of shit, because if he'd been mad at me, then we could have had some conflict
Right,
and gotten
no.
it. And then I realized, I thought about it a lot, and I was like, well, why am I begrudging anybody their living?
Sure.
Or,
He's
people
not
like
taking
them.
money out of your pocket. By the way, I do want to mention that tonight it's Super Fan Roundtable with Mutt. Mutt, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, tonight we're going to talk about the conclusion of the Bowie contest. You guys had Dustin Hoffman and Marissa Tomei calling in the same day.
Torme?
Mel Torme?
Mel?
Yeah, she scats when she acts.
Go ahead, Mutt.
So the fans want to know, did the fans actually outproduce Gary? And then Gary always says on the wrap-up show that sometimes he likes the D-list, C-list guests better than the A-list guests. So we had a couple A-listers. I want to see, would they like to see Gary find more A-listers like this?
All right.
Also, you have Boys Night Out coming out, so that'll be a fun thing to talk about, who's going to go, who shouldn't be allowed to go. But more importantly, are you gay and faggot for getting watery eyes because Beth left town? So we're going to talk about that.
Sounds like a full agenda.
And also, you were really shocked about, before you've been shocked that, like, the pace beats his dog to train him, and now you were shocked that somebody got a lick in. It was that football player that was in earlier this week. So I like this whole Howard's against beating topic. So I want to talk to people how they feel.
Imagine that. I'm against beatings.
Yeah.
Pretty controversial.
Kids with beatings. Don't train dogs with beatings.
Well, of course not. You don't need to.
Not even kids?
Well, to hit a kid is humiliating, and you humiliate the child.
You know, I washed my son's mouth out with soap last week.
You did?
Yeah, and it was weird because I've never...
You know what? That is despicable.
I don't know. You know what?
You don't know? That's horrible.
Is he using the leaf blower wrong?
For what reason?
He
Because he cursed?
Well, here's what it is. He said something which then his sister picked up on. And the thing is, she's starting first grade.
Right.
She doesn't even know what it means, and now
Okay.
she's saying it. So we spoke to him about it. We spoke to him about it again. And then when he said it again, I got really angry because school was starting, and all I pictured was her getting sent to the principal, humiliated in front of her class, sent home. And so I took him in the bathroom, and I washed his mouth out with soap.
You're joking.
I swear to God, and I've never hit him. I don't even yell at him.
Was he crying during this?
He was screaming, "Daddy, anything but that."
So why would you do that?
Because there comes a point where I
Greg.
feel like my wife is not firm at all.
Greg, listen to me.
That's crazy.
Listen to me.
Poison the kid.
Okay, let's say your wife's a pushover.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is a pain in the ass because then you feel like you're the only parent who has any sort of discipline.
And you're the bad guy.
And you're the bad guy. But that's really bad. Like, I'm saying that's as bad as belting your kid.
No.
Absolutely.
Why?
And his son is 20.
Why? How old is your kid? Your boy.
He'll be 9 in a
You're
couple
the
weeks.
guy he looks up to. You're the guy who's setting the way he's going to be the rest of his life. You're teaching him how he's going to be with his kids. And let me tell you something. To take a kid and that's just taking the easy way out. You think that that's going to solve his problem of whatever? What was he saying
You
that was
were
so
frustrated.
bad? Yeah.
And
So he
instead
lost
of
out.
dealing
No,
with the
that's
situation,
not true. No, I parent.
You took that out.
I
on
parent
him.
very
What if you sat-
consistently,
what if you
very
sat down
black
with
and
him?
white. I warn him about things, and then afterwards, I sat with him for 45 minutes, and we talked about it. And he was hugging me, and we were
Of course,
so
you're his
close
father.
for like 3 days.
my
He felt
God.
kids want to be
They
told
need
what to do.
boundaries, but
You're
they
right.
don't need their mouths washed out with soap.
Well, what if your child?
That's
what if your
traumatic.
child is in a situation where he is literally putting his sister, his younger sister,
Yeah, what did
in a
he say?
situation where she'd be
That's a
humiliated?
ridiculous scenario, number one. Number two, you don't have the proper communication.
Why is that a ridiculous
with-
scenario?
Because that's something that might happen. It's not something that did
She
happen.
said it 3 times.
But it didn't happen in school. The scenario you're
Because school
watching
hadn't
his
started
mouth
yet.
out.
School was starting the following week. How do
My
I
point here, Greg,
I will not
is-
allow my daughter to be set up for failure.
My point here, Greg, is your son was asking for attention.
No.
Yes.
I built a tree fort with him last week. I spent about 40 hours on it instead of writing a fucking script.
Again,
He wants me to leave him alone.
You're missing something, and instead of getting what he's trying to tell you, you're washing his mouth out with soap.
No, you haven't gone to enough therapy, Robin. And you have a lot of you have all
Greg,
this
listen to me.
pain
Can
and
I get in
trauma
on
that
this?
needs to be done. And you've been at too much therapy.
All right, listen to me. Forget it. Forget that. If my father watched, there were times you can emasculate a kid. You're the big one. You're the strong adult. You got to look at it from a kid's point of view. And you're saying to this kid, there's no other way I can get through to you than to take you physically, hold your head, open your mouth, and stick a bar of soap in it.
Yeah, you
And-
might as well say he's stupid.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't even imagine what that says to a kid. It says, like, my father doesn't know how to talk to me. We're not getting to the bottom of this. Can I ask you, what was he saying that was so terrible?
He said sucking balls.
Okay, sucking balls.
You suck balls.
All right. So
it's funny.
And I mean, look at you. You curse all the time. You use bad language.
No, and I've said to him, look, when you're alone at your friend's house at a sleepover, you guys can talk that way. If you want to talk to me that way, I said, but your sister's 6, and 3 times I've asked you not to speak this way and show responsibility.
So what was his answer? Why did he feel that he needed to keep saying sucking balls in front of the sister?
He says, I don't know, but what he's doing is he's challenging, he's finding the boundaries.
Well, wait a second, though. When you said to him, son, I've asked you 3 times, and you're unable to comply with this, why do you keep doing it? What did he say?
First he said he didn't, and I
He didn't
had
what?
heard
That he didn't say it?
Yes.
Okay, so, well, I heard it. Why do you keep doing it?
And he says, I don't know. And I said, but I've told you 3 times you can't do it
All right,
because
so-
JoJo's going to get in a lot of trouble.
Right.
And then he does it again. And then eventually you have to, look.
But why not try taking TV away for a week or something that's maybe appropriate rather
Something
than...
that would be harder than washing his mouth out with soap.
Right.
Harder?
Yeah, because you'd have to actually carry through. You'd have to make sure you did something.
I had to hold his head while I put the soap in.
That was ridiculous.
No.
And I mean, you're dominating your son. I mean, you're taking your son physically and dominating him.
Only
I mean,
because you're
emasculating
bigger.
him.
Yeah.
Well, that's what a parent does. You dominate your child.
No, you don't humiliate them, and you don't physically abuse them. That's abuse.
That's not abuse.
That absolutely is.
No, it's soap.
Psychiatrists
It's not
have said
poisonous.
The most awful thing you can do to a child is humiliate.
I never humiliate my child.
Oh, washing his mouth out with soap,
No,
treating him.
That was a very firm consequence for something he's been told again and again not to do.
Fred, you're a parent. What do you think?
That's a no. That's no in the parents' dictionary. Sorry.
Right.
Wow.
Can't be done. And not only that,
Fred.
where was your involvement with the daughter? You have to teach your daughter that it's not right to say those things either.
Yes, I spoke with her.
Or you can do a thing or what you do is you say, you can say that, go ahead, go crazy. Say it all you want right now. Let's get it out of our system.
What did your wife
Make
think
it
when
less
she heard that you did
enticing.
this?
She was on board.
She was on board with it?
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
But I
Maybe
had.
she's afraid not to be.
I had
Maybe
not.
you'll wash her mouth out.
We don't know what he's doing to her.
I had not talked to her about it before, and that's the one thing I felt bad about. Is normally we discuss how we're going to handle discipline.
I
and we're on
guarantee
the
you she
same
didn't
page.
like it.
So you
She said she
admit
had no
this
problem
was a
with it.
spur of the moment thing. You just did it.
It was a gut thing, but at the same thing, it was not a violent thing. I was not angry when I
Yes,
did
you
it.
were.
It was
You
very
were
matter of fact.
did it out of
Able
anger.
to do this because he's smaller and you're physically larger.
Oh yeah, that's my thing. I never pick on bigger guys. That's what I do all
No, it's not
day.
the point. I'm talking again.
All day?
He's not looking at it from, well, my dad beats up everybody. He's like, my dad just beat me up.
And so if I do something my dad disapproves of, or something where, my dad gets angry, he's going to physically hold my head open and wash my mouth out with soap. I mean, that's crazy.
Manhandle me.
You gotta
What if
stop
you have a
that.
child that is consistently testing the boundaries
You
and
gotta
going
work it out.
past
You
it
gotta
again and again and again?
You could come up with appropriate punishments.
So you
I don't
gotta-
say there's anything wrong with setting limits and saying, listen, you're acting inappropriately, and I have to punish you for that because you're not listening to me. And so your punishment will be...
And if you actually knew the child, you'd know what to take away.
Oh, I don't know my child, Robin?
I don't know. You had to
don't.
wash his mouth out with soap.
But that's a big leap, isn't it? That I don't know my
I'm
child?
simply saying you would know exactly what to take away.
How do you know that? Have you had children?
Yes.
She does. She has my child.
You don't have children, do you?
It's secret, but I have a child.
Now I love that. She doesn't go to therapy, never been married, never has children, but she can tell me how well I know my son.
I raised children, and I was a pediatric nurse.
That doesn't mean anything. You are an
I used
academic.
to have to handle
She can... Listen,
30 kids on a unit
That were
at one
not
time.
your children.
Listen, I have three...
I still had to handle them.
I have
That's
three
different.
daughters. I never hit them. I never washed their mouth out with soap.
Yes.
Never.
Yes, but you...
and I was probably considered the disciplinarian in the family.
I know, but who's to say that that's right or wrong? I think that parents today no
No, it
longer
is
trust
right.
their guts at all. They've
No.
been over...
That's all out of anger. That thing you did was out of anger and frustration.
I think
There's a
that
better way to approach
School
that.
was happening the next week, and I felt like this is a situation that has to be handled, or my daughter is going to be in a situation where she is going to be humiliated
You don't
herself.
even know that was going to happen.
She was saying it again and again.
So what? You didn't know she was going to say it at school. You could sit her down and say,
And
listen,
maybe you could have dealt with her and telling her what's appropriate and what's not.
I didn't want her to think that sucking balls was something that I didn't want to put a light on it. I wanted to kind of let it go away.
As long as you're just saying it, not
so
doing it.
instead of dealing with your daughter, you're dealing with your son as well.
All right, Mr. Collier from Child Protective Services is on the phone. Mutt, I will see you tonight on Superfan Roundtable. Yes,
I didn't mean to cause so much activity.
that's
over
okay. That's fine. Mr. Collier, go ahead.
Yes, this is Mr. Collier from Child Protective Services. First of all, I'm personally appalled. That's almost like sodomy to a child. Sticking something in his mouth forcefully is sodomy.
Who is this?
This is Child
Mr.
Protective
Collier.
Services.
Yeah.
Mr. Collier.
Yeah, Mr. Collier.
No. Listen, shut up, dude.
Weren't you and your brother held up in that house?
No, I think a lot of kids today. And look, I'm not writing a book on parenting, and I'm not saying.
No?
I'm not saying.
I think you should.
I'm not saying what I did
All's I know
for
is-
everybody.
All I know is you didn't say it.
The book is called All I Know Is.
My kid don't fuck up.
This is a. Shut up! Who the fuck?
Wait,
shut
let
up.
Mr. Collier
No.
say-
I don't
Mr.
want somebody on the air pretending. Some
Mr.
people are going to
Collier-
think he's really from Protective Services.
Are you
That's all
really
I
from
need.
Child Protective Services?
Yes, I am, Mr. Stern, and I listen to your show every day. I had to pull over on the side of the road because I'm so appalled with Mr. Fitzsimmons.
Really?
I'd like to set up an appointment. He's an inch away from sodomizing that child for real. Like,
No, it's more an inch. Just because I'm Irish, it's only an inch.
All right, listen, we got to get on to something else.
Yes,
Don't
please.
do that anymore.
Okay, thank you, Howard. Thank you, Robin, for your input.
I don't think that guy was
what
from.
sunscreens would be best for me, because you're probably
I gotta tell you
suited to
something.
give advice on that also.
I would suggest
That's what
15.
your reaction was way over the top.
Yes, it was.
There were other steps you could have taken.
Well, that's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
He could have donkey punched him.
Someday, someday we'll see. My son will grow up, and we'll be able to check in and see how he
I'm
turned
not
out.
saying your son will be completely damaged from this, but he is going to have a feeling about you that is less than, I should say, good. Yeah.
Well, that's only for time to tell, Howard Stern.
Yeah. Well, listen, go into therapy, ask a therapist about it, and change your ways before it's too late. That's my advice to you.
My parenting
Daddy
is a
can't be
work in
trusted.
progress.
Daddy can't be trusted.
Well, Daddy can be trusted to do exactly, consistently what he says he'll do.
Jeff the drunk is on the air. Hi, Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Well, I don't hear him now.
Where'd he go?
Oh, yeah,
there
quickly.
you are.
Come on, you're wasting my time and everyone else's.
My mother washed my mouth out with soap.
Oh, my
Look
God.
at what he turned into.
All right, I made a mistake. I know.
How did you feel when your mother washed your mouth out with soap?
I needed a beer.
Yeah, exactly. Did you have feelings of inadequacy?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, if that ain't speaking the truth right there.
That broke through.
Right.
Howard, I have feelings of inadequacy. I don't feel adequate.
I'm telling you, here's a guy who's telling you his mother washed his mouth out with soap. He can't even get out of his trailer.
So, Greg, in 40 years when your son's living in a car.
I tell you, I wish he'd wash his mouth out right now.
Greg, you're getting a lot of shit in there, man, for how you discipline your child.
It's really amazing to me because, I mean, a lot of people say this, but it's true with me. Like, being a parent is the number one thing on my agenda. And I read a lot of books. I haven't drank in 19 years. Me and my wife talk incessantly about how to be good parents and send them to the right schools, the extra classes. And in one moment, I did that, and I never thought that it was really bad. And all of a sudden, I was surrounded by a committee that had decided my fate. And I got to think about it. I couldn't in there. That's not a place you can be on a fence. When you're in studio, you have to have an opinion that you defend. And so I don't know. Maybe I was wrong, but for now, I gotta just go sit in a room alone and maybe put some soap in my mouth and think about whether or not what I did was abusive. I don't think it was.
So they have you second-guessing yourself now?
Yes, and that's rare. I rarely second-guess myself.
Now, what do you think about when Robin said something like, you might not know your son?
That was the only thing that I actually thought was a little over the line because my son, I spend a phenomenal amount of time with him. He's a great kid, and she has a cat that she's spending more money on than I've spent, I think, on my child's education. So priority-wise, I don't comment on whether or not you should spend more on a cat than maybe you donate it to a third-world country where children are dying every day. But whatever, I guess we can all sit back and judge each other.
Years ago, and said he wanted to be a comedian. Gary told me he had no talent.
Fred and I laughed at him.
You guys laughed at him. He went out on the road.
I think I spit in his face one time.
I think you spit in his face.
I did.
But anyway, lo and behold, Mitch went out. He proved all these people wrong. He studied his craft. He went up on stage. He did all the things stand-up comedians have to do, and he's having a very, very successful career. He's got his second, I guess, comedy CD coming out. I think it's a special on Comedy Central or something. I don't know what it is.
Hey everybody, this is world-famous comedian Mitch Fatel, who used to be Howard's intern a very long time ago, and he started it all with me, and I'm back where I started to pay homage to the man who started out my career and told me that I would be a successful stand-up comedian. He is the only one on the show that told me I would be successful. Gary told me that I would have to keep my day job, and now I make a lot more money than him.
Mitch, what are you going to be talking about today? You have a new
my new
right?
special, Mitch Fatel is Magical. It's my 1-hour special. It premieres on Comedy Central, and it's going to be a huge special, and once it airs, there will be no more racism in the world.
So excited to be back, right?
Yeah, very excited to see Howard and everybody, and where it all started years ago, so it's always fun for me to come back and show Fred how good I've done.
All right, Mitch is on a roll. Mitch Fatel. He was my intern. How many years ago? I know we've been over this before.
Over 20 years.
Time ago, yeah.
Over 20 years.
I'm guessing 1985, 1986.
That is 20 years. Hey, Mitch. What do you say, man?
85, 86?
Was it 20?
Because it was before John.
Mitch, was it 20 years ago?
Before John.
Really?
Was it 20 years that you were 20 years ago you were my intern?
Yeah, I was only 10.
Another young comedian.
Hi there. Thank you.
Mitch actually gave us John because what happened was Mitch was interning for us for like a year, and then he fucked up his car. He couldn't come in.
I got a car accident.
Mitch's father was like, I don't understand why you work there for free. So Mitch's father wouldn't fix the car. And Mitch was so devoted to us that he didn't want to leave us high and dry. So he goes, there's this guy that sits next to me in my class at NYU. I think he'd be good. And then he goes, and he stutters. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
You were like, by the way, he stutters. And I went, well, he's accepted then.
I came to you and I was like, I think there's a problem, though, because he kind of stutters. And you're like, hire him. That's exactly
That is true. You're out. He's in.
He just says, hire him.
Quickly. Wow. How you doing?
I'm great.
Yeah, Mitch was our intern, and, we've told this. I'm not going to go over old history, but the stories where Gary, Baba Booey, was sort of Mitch's guy. Like, I had a guy in my career who told me I'd never be a disc jockey, I'd never be any good at it. And Gary was your guy.
He was my Howard in the back. Right?
Yeah. He said to you, keep your day job. You told him a joke, and he was like, keep your day job. But Gary often explains to me, he says he had no idea you even wanted to be a stand-up comedian back then.
I told him I wanted to be.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
The whole time I was with you.
Why would you have said keep your day job?
Because I was breaking your balls.
No, but I said I wanted to be a comedian.
Yeah, but you told me that day. In other words, my memory of it was the whole time we were together and you were interning. And by the way, I love Mitch, and I always thought we had fun, interning and stuff. And I don't remember Mitch ever saying to me, like the day he got there, like, I want to be a stand-up, or the whole time we were together. We even went out to Comic Relief together, and I don't think you said
stand-up comedy when I was 15.
But I didn't know that.
Nobody knew that about you.
I thought he knew.
No, I didn't know that. So one day you said, I want to be a comedian. I said, oh, tell me a joke. And you told me a joke. And I said, don't quit your day job. And I said to Howard.
That stuck with me so many years.
But you know what? I said to Howard.
Through the nights.
I don't even remember what the joke was. It was more about breaking your balls because we all broke each other's balls.
Right, but I was very sensitive, and you were important to me. And I remember.
I know, and I spoke to Elon Gold years later, and he said you were very upset about it. I thought you'd gotten over it, and
I was kind of a pussy back then.
Yeah.
I think.
I think he let everything bother him.
Yeah.
You couldn't say anything to
I was
Mitch.
young, and I just wanted to.
Yeah.
Well, I think what happened is when you become an intern on the show, and this probably happens with interns here now, you just think, well, I'm famous now. That's it. I'm going to be like, I'm going to walk in, and I'm going to be your new co-host.
Right.
And so you walk in, and you're like, I gotta make potatoes? Understand it.
That ain't fun.
So I thought I was, the day I got the call from Gary that I could be your intern, I was like, well, I made it. That's it. It's done.
Career in high gear.
It's done. And then I remember when I left the show, what I learned was the worst thing that could happen, which I had fame without any money at all.
Right.
And I had to get a job at a truck stop, an overnight truck stop, and I would have drunk kids coming in going like, "You're the Howard Stern guy." and my line was, if I was the Howard Stern guy, would I be working at an overnight truck stop?
The shame and humiliation. Well, Mitch has got exciting news. He has a second DVD out.
It's actually my first DVD.
Oh, but this is your
my
second
Comedy Central special.
Your second Comedy Central special. It's Mitch Fatel is Magical, and you can see Mitch on the cover of the DVD. He is dressed as a wizard, and he is making a girl float in midair. And that's your girlfriend, huh?
That's my hot Asian girlfriend.
Boy, I got to tell you something. There's an advertisement for going into show business. Now, she is one hot girl,
There's no reason that girl should be having sex with me at all. It's disgusting. Her parents are disgusted by it.
She's gorgeous.
Everybody's disgusted
Look
by
at
it.
this girl, Robin. Even you will turn lesbian. Wow.
Amazing.
How's that, Artie?
Very nice.
Very nice. And that's, hey, listen, that's what fame and success brings,
It was
right?
worth all the work just for that. And the funny thing is like, I forget that she's only with me because I'm in show business, and so I'll be walking in the mall and I'll see a girl that looks like her and look at the girl a little too long, and they get that sleazed out look like an older guy looking at him.
Yeah.
And I realize, like, oh, she'd have no interest in it because she promises me that she would.
Yeah. Well, she thinks she would anyway, and that's good.
She's great.
Someone told me a story that you just told one of the guys in the green room, that this is years ago before your beautiful girlfriend, that you had an opening act, and he walked into your room.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Carrie, he's here.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's here. Your opening act is here. I guess when you travel on the road, you have your
He's my regular guy.
He's your regular guy. You like him. And he walked in. He says, "You can't believe this. A girl just blew me who
Right.
saw the show."
Yeah.
And you said to him, "Do you think she'd blow me
That
too?"
was my first line. Not that he got blown. Can I get blown?
Right.
And he's got a big red face because he just got blown. He's like, I just got a blowjob in there.
No.
So I go, will she blow me? He goes, go ask her. She's in the room right now. So I walk in, and she's putting back in her tongue ring.
Right.
I walk in, and I go, hey, Gary said I should come in here, and something special was going to happen.
All right.
And she goes, I don't know what he's talking about. And I go, well, what's this happening here? And she goes, he just blew his load in my mouth.
Yeah.
And I said, can I have one? And she goes, really? You want me to give you a blow? And I was like, yeah, I do. And I just sat down, and she just gave me, and I didn't even know her name.
Was she a good-looking girl?
She was the kind of girl that blows a guy that walks in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So she wasn't.
So
she was she was young. I think youth is the most important thing. She was like 23 years old.
You weren't disgusted that she had just accepted your buddy's load in her mouth? You didn't care, right?
I think afterwards, that's when I was like, well, I have his load on my now forever. He's kind of fucked me.
I thought when you're the headliner, you get blown first.
Usually first.
Yeah.
But he's very aggressive. I wait for the girls to come to me.
Right.
He's very, very aggressive. Like, he'll just ask every single girl that comes to the table, will you blow me? And I guess, and he's got no shame in the number. He'll just keep asking like a scratch off until he gets the one that wins.
I mean, you actually still care if you get rejected, so you're not going to ask for a blowjob.
Well,
he doesn't care. He'll play the numbers. In other words, I'll ask 50 girls for a blowjob, and 49 of them will say no. That won't disturb me.
Doesn't disturb
And then
me.
one of them is going to say yes.
I'm too sensitive. I don't like the rejection.
I'm with you.
But I have enough women now that are just offering it that I'm like, I don't have to ask anymore. It becomes a little too easy. That's what's weird about
You've
it.
achieved a level of success where women are throwing themselves at you, right? And that was the main reason for getting into comedy,
The only
really?
reason.
It's the only
I just wanted
reason.
girls to like me so bad. I was so bad. It was so important to me, and they never talked to me in high school. And
Not at all. You never had a girlfriend in high school, no girls. What age were you when you first got laid?
I got laid at 16. I
Right.
did okay. I'd always have a girlfriend. I wasn't a bad-looking guy, but I just wanted the hot girls that were on, the level that I could never get.
Right. You wanted to go up a couple of levels.
Yeah.
You didn't want to have to struggle so hard with these women.
Right. I just wanted them to like me, and so.
Here's a great story. You talk about adversity. All right. This is good. Mitch's first Comedy Central special was voted in the top 10 favorites in 2007 and 2008.
Uh-huh.
All right. Pretty big deal, right?
Sure.
All right. Means he's a decent comedian at least.
Hopefully.
All right. Mitch was voted the best comedian at the HBO Aspen Comedy Festival in 2006. Now, here's the great thing about that. The guy who used to head the comedy festival hated Mitch, would never even let Mitch perform there.
For 10 years. Really?
That guy leaves. Mitch gets on the bill at the Aspen Comedy Festival and wins Best Comedian of the Year.
Wow.
That was a great feeling, and you inspired me a lot for that, because I remember all your days when you told me that they told you wouldn't make it, and I was like, and every year I would go and I'd audition, and this guy Lou, who ran the whole festival, would be like, his words, which I didn't understand, and my manager and everything were like, I don't get it. I don't get it. He
Lou Viola?
Word. Yeah, Lou Viola.
He said, I don't get it.
I don't get it.
And it's almost like American Idol in the sense that he's the judge and jury. If he doesn't get it.
And his employees would call me up and be like, hey, we want you to audition. I'd be like, Lou Viola doesn't like me. And he would be like, they would be like, why didn't he like you? And I'd be like, I don't know. And I would go on and kill. And then I'd be like, oh my God, I'm going to Aspen. And then he would go to my manager and be like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Do you ever think it could be jealousy? In other words, here you are, the guy who never got laid in high school. And then suddenly,
I don't know.
You take the stage and you're good. And Lou just can't stand it.
I don't get it.
You don't know.
and then I finally went when he left, and I won the Best Comic, and that was the redemption feeling.
So this is a case of he didn't get it, and you didn't get it.
I was like, why doesn't he get? What doesn't he get? I'm killing, and
What's
I'm
to
funny.
get? People are laughing, and you're making funny jokes.
And he'd be like, I don't get it.
I don't know, but that's great vindication. So now you're dating this hot little Asian girl.
How long is this